And we are live. What's good, Josh? Your man, Dale Singh. Welcome. I really want to know podcast, man. How y'all feeling? Man? We're back on track. We're doing our thing, man. Every day, Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna be right here talking about stuff, man. How y'all feeling? I hope y'all are well. All is good on my end, in case you're wondering. I know I'm a couple minutes late. Normally I start on time or maybe sometimes even early. But yeah, my daughter wanted her favorite taco place, and that's with traffic and everything. You're talking about a good 35-minute trek just to get there, get her order, get back. Normally, I pick her up from school. We come home. I got like at least an hour to just kind of relax, do my little research if I'm gonna do it or whatever, and it's whatever it is. So here we are. Hope you guys are well. We're gonna talk about the Fresh and Fit Yacht Party, bro. That seems to be the topic of YouTube. All the Fresh and Fit haters are out there just making so much money talking about an event that they weren't even present for. They weren't there, but I was there. I'll let you know what's going on. So you really want to know what's going on? You in the right place. Let's get into it. Are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed. So, just checking out the audio. The audio seems to be good, man. Welcome to everyone, all my day ones and all my, all the what do we call ourselves, man? What do our brother call us? Damn, I can't remember. That's what happens when you get old, but all my family rocks out with me, man. I appreciate all you guys, all my day ones. Y'all know who y'all are. This is what we do over here. And we talk about a little bit of everything over here on this platform. I'm not talking as much politics anymore. It's gotten out of hand. It just doesn't make sense for me to talk. These people get too riled up. I ain't even on it. But if you want my opinion on some stuff, you can ask me. I'm definitely going to answer it. I'm not going to run from it. I'm just not going to be doing shows on it. But I really want to focus on helping dudes who are in the bottom 80 of society, the invisible men out there, the guys who are getting no play, the guys that, the incels, the weirdos, whatever you want to call them. I'm really trying to help those brothers who want to do the work and who are ready to be seen, who are ready to level up. This is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what it's like for them and how can they get better? How can they get out there? Basically, how can they smash chicks? Let's keep it 100, bro. A third of men today in their prime are sexless or have very limited sexual access, man. They're sexless, man. They're out here doing whatever they got to do, and it's insane. It's insane. But the guys up in the top 20%, bro, they getting it. They getting it, and they getting it from some of the most beautiful women you've ever seen. So this is what we're talking about. But today, we're going to talk about the Fresh and Fit Yacht Party that was just past weekend in Miami. I was there. Yeah, I was on the board. I was there for the whole weekend. You guys have any questions or really don't want to know what was popping, you feel free to ask me. Just hit me up in the chat. If you're watching this on Team Replay, you can leave a comment. I'll answer you. It might take me a little while, but I'll answer you if you have any questions. But hey, man, it was a great party. It was a great event. It was successful. Myron and Fresh were happy. Everyone who was there was happy. I didn't see anyone who was, mad or walking away frowned up, whatever. The women that I spoke to who were there were happy. Why wouldn't they be? Right? They got to come out, have a good time, free of charge. They came out looking good. It was a boat full of women. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I mean, the ratio was crazy. I thought it was like maybe 3 or 4 to 1. Fresh was actually counting and doing the numbers. He was like, yeah, it was close to 6, 6, 7 to 1, which I can believe. I mean, everywhere you look, there was a woman there. They had some like women who were up there, like really attractive women, and they had like some average women, and they had some women, kind of below average or whatever, but it was a normal spectrum. It was a nightclub on a boat. That's what it was, bro. It was a nightclub on a boat. This is what the members of the Fresh and Fit family, this is what they wanted. Myron and Fresh was able to deliver. But the haters are Fresh and Fit. The people out there, the Abba and preachers of the world, the Duke Dadon, I think that's his name. These platforms who, let's keep it 100, man. They feast off of Fresh and Fit. They are making a ton of money just hating Myron and Fresh. Okay, cool. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. That's fine. This thing with Abba, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. Abba's a coward in my book. Like in our world, any man who moves like this dude does is a coward. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. The way that he moves, the things that he does, it's the same thing like with these women. Like we talk about, there's no shame out there, and women are out here being trashy and being loose and smashing everything or whatever. And it's okay. That's what society says. It's okay. Women could go out here and live her best life and have her whole phase, and it's fine. And then when she's ready, she could be a proper woman. All right, Abba's the male version of that. There used to be a time in history of the world where men would defend their reputation with their life. I mean, you couldn't, if someone called you out, you had to go deal with that. Even for me, I'm, like I said, I'm in my 50s, but I remember when I was younger, somebody said they looking for you. If somebody calling you out, like, what's up? You know what I mean? Where you at, bro? Let's do this. You got to go show up. You got to go show up. And I'm not talking about pistol play. I ain't talking about, swords at dawn, nothing like that. Although they did that, I'm not talking about a proper duel to the death. I ain't talking about that. But if somebody talking about they looking for you, they want to do something to you. They talking, they gonna out here and run your name through the mud and say all this kind of stuff. Bro, you got to go see them. You got to go see them. And if you don't, that makes you a coward. And if you're a coward, ain't nobody trying to be around you. If you're a coward, you can't be in my crew. You can't do it. Nah, bro. You better go handle that. Go handle that. We coming with you. Handle that. Because you better handle that because you with us. If you a coward, we a coward. Right? So you better go handle this, bro. And if you don't fight dude, you got to fight me. That's the world that I'm from. But today, it's not like that. Everybody gets a trophy. Use your words. It's fine. Do whatever you want to do. No consequence. And this dude just out here doing what he does. It's like, yeah, he's making money, but all money ain't good money. And if you pull up on him, like the thing with cowards, bro, is they live in fear their whole life. Like, what must it feel like to run from another man? I understand that. What must it feel like to go run and ask for help when it's just you and you? It's me and you, bro. That's it. Mano y mano. Ain't no knife play, no gun play. Let's just throw these hands up. Let's get this stress out the way, bro. Let's sort this out. And you running, you asking for help. What kind of life is that? How can you live with that? And that has to be the way you're raised. That has to be your community and the company that you keep. Right. And even the people who follow Auburn Preach, right? This is their world. Right? When you hear this blue pill stuff, you soy boy, this and that, this is what they're talking about. This is what they're talking about. So you got a group of sheep who are like, yeah, he's the king sheep. Like, yeah, but he's still food. He's food and he knows it. So I just wanted to throw that out there. There's definitely history. Brother Pablo is in the building. What's good, fam? How you doing? He's like, hey, DL, saying Abba and Preach really don't like those yacht parties. No, man, they don't. It's Abba. They really don't like Myron and Fresh. More to the point, they don't like Myron. They don't like what they stand for. They don't like their mission and what they're trying to do. And I think another thing is, I think there's a part of them that they actually want to have that kind of success, or they want to experience that type of brotherhood. Cowards know one thing. They're surrounded with cowards. Right? So if you're a coward and you rolling with a coward, you look at someone like Preach. It's like, bro, if this is your man and he's doing all this and you standing next to him, and like even Preach got cornered over Abba. Preach was talking big on a Valuetainment Adam Sosnick show, Saucecast. This is about a year and a half ago or so. I did a video on it. He's sitting there in studio just by himself, and he's there with Adam Sosnick, and Preach is talking big stuff to Adam. Adam's asking questions like, hey, what's this whole thing between the Fresh and Fit platform and you? And they got into the nitty gritty of it all. And Preach is sitting there talking big, like, man, whatever. I'll smack them both up. I'll handle Myron and Fresh myself. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to get in the ring. We can get in the ring right now. I'll handle that. And, I'm paraphrasing, words to that effect. Adam Sosnick was like, yo, we can make that happen. Valuetainment can make that happen. This is something that's in our wheelhouse. It's not a problem. We could set it up. He's like, I understand you guys are talking about money, so we can collect the money, put the purse up, winner takes all, or however y'all want to do it. We can make this happen. And then old boy starts backpedaling. And then even Adam was like, have you ever seen Myron Gaines and Walt? Have you ever seen them? Well, no, because, I didn't come to the studio. That was, Albert came down to the studio. And I was like, oh, okay. Because they're like, because, Myron's a monster. Just so you know. And Preacher's a little bitty dude. Right? He's short. He might be wide, but he's short. Right? And he was like, well, it was the other one. It was the Walter guy. It was the Fresh guy was talking like, yeah, Fresh ain't no little dude neither. He looks little standing next to Myron, but Myron's a monster. Like, Fresh ain't no little dude. But, Sosnick was like, hey, but if you want, we can set this up. Right? And it never happened because birds of a feather flock together. Cowards kick it with cowards. That's just how it works. And people might be like, man, you're being awfully harsh. I'm just keeping it 100, bro. If a man challenges you, bro, you got to answer that call, man. You got to answer it, especially if it's something organized, is in an environment where no one's going to really get hurt like that. You don't have to worry about losing your life, just getting into the ring. You can have on all the safety equipment you want, get into the ring and get it out. Don't run from it. So yeah, like the problem, Abba and Priest don't like the Fresh and Fit platform. And it's more, it really boils down to Abba and Myron. And like I said, I saw what Abba did, Abba and Priest, what they did, the way they move. These guys are the kind of guys that are like, hey, man, whatever it takes to get the money. They have no honor, in my opinion. They'll come into your platform. They'll come into your world. They'll come into your home and act a certain way. And then as soon as they leave, man, they'll go ahead, the backstabbing and the shit talking and all that, because people are like, well, they're just doing it for the money. Well, man, all money ain't good money. And some people don't really care about that bread. And they'll just keep it going. So, we're going to watch what they had to say. But they're obsessed, it seems, especially Abba. He's really obsessed. And I think the reason why is because he knows he's a coward. And he knows what the deal is. Yeah, he's making money, but at the same time, he's living in fear. I don't know how you can live in fear like that. I just don't know. Brother Pablo was saying he saw me in the live feed. Yeah, I was there, bro. I was there. I was on the boat. I was in the nightclub with everyone on Saturday. I was at the after hours. The day before that, Friday, I was with Fresh. We was out kicking it. It was a handful of us. We were setting stuff up for Saturday. That was Friday night. I was in studio Friday night. All that. I mean, those are my guys. I rock with them. You know what I mean? And Brother Pablo, like, I was making fun of Fresh's speech stutter. That's not cool. Like, yeah, they're doing all this stuff. What they're doing is trying to rile them up so they'll respond and then they'll have more content so they can make more money. Mind you, Myron and Fresh are demonetized on YouTube for things that happen on different platforms. Myron did some stuff that I don't agree with. I mean, me and him talk about it all the time. I'm always shaking my head. Like, why did you do that, bro? You know what I mean? But they got demonetized on YouTube for something that had nothing to do with YouTube. But I've been preach. They're doing everything. Their revenue comes strictly from YouTube. That's where the big money comes from. I'm pretty sure they're on smaller platforms or whatever, but the big money comes from YouTube. And what they're doing is just trying to keep these boys riled up, Myron and Fresh. And then Myron and Fresh will do something, say something, and then Albert Priest could take that and make money off of it. It wouldn't be that big of a problem if YouTube wasn't after platforms like Fresh and Fit and demonetize them and all that for whatever reason. But again, it's YouTube's platform. They can do what they want. That's how that works. It's their world, man. If you want to play that game, you got to play by their rules. And, it's like we tell Myron all the time, like, bro, you got to play by the rules. You know that. He's like, yeah, I know it. So Myron and Fresh are trying to get that monetization back. I hope they get it. And then the back and forth, it doesn't matter, because now it's like, okay, let's see who gets more views and y'all can just make money. It is what it is. But if it was all about money, Abba, you really should take this fight. You should get into the ring. If it's about money, bro, you talking hundreds of thousands, bro, between the two platforms, maybe millions of dollars could be made. Maybe not going to say millions, but up to $1 million could be made by just agreeing to getting into the ring and answer this call, answer the challenge, bro. It's If it's about money, why wouldn't you do it? Think about this. Think about this for a second, guys. You got two big platforms. Each platform has over 1 million subscribers, right? Between Fresh and Fit and Auburn Priest platform, you're looking at maybe 3.5 million or so subscribers. And then the views are just insane on both sides, right? They're just insane. If there were a fight, right? A sanctioned bout, either boxing or mixed martial arts or however they want to do it. You know, I'm pretty sure Myron could say, hey, man, you could pick any fighting style you want. Myron would get in there. You want to do wrestling? Although I think Abba would love to do the wrestling, man, because I think he like boys. I really do. I really do. I think he's into that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Hey, man, teach his own, man. I ain't mad at you, bro. If you want to get Roman with it, get Roman with it. I don't care. That ain't me, but do you. But Greco-Roman wrestling, MMA, judo, taekwondo, good old-fashioned American boxing, I'm pretty sure that Myron will sign off on any fighting style. So let's say that these guys got together and say, hey, man, we're going to get into the ring. We're going to settle this, right? We're going to have our day. We're going to get into the ring and we're going to get this aggression out. Think of how much money you will make on that fight, right? Think of how much you would absolutely do 1 million plus in sales of just pay-per-view, put it behind a paywall. People would pay to watch that fight. Again, between the two platforms, right? Over 3 million subscribers, over 3 million hardcore followers. People would pay to watch that fight. I'm not saying it's going to be on HBO or anything like that. You know what I mean? But between the two platforms, they could put a paywall and give access to those people, and there's money there, right? There's going to be money on the line for the fight itself. Each platform could put up, 2, 3, 500,000. So it could be $1 million purse right there. So the winner take all, you can kind of do that. So you got that. And think of all the content you get to make. Someone like Abba, right? He's going to have to get in shape. Think of all the content that he can make, training, fighting. Same with the Fresh and Fit platform, getting their training camp together, getting famous people involved to help you. Think of, because you can set the fight for a year from now. You can set the fight. You can like, okay, we're going to do a year from now on this date. We're going to meet up in whatever city and we're going to have this fight. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd be ringside at that one. I'd be ringside. I don't care what the package cost me. I would be ringside. I would be there, and it would be an honor to be there. And I could say, all right. And at that point, if Abba were to get into the ring, I would look into the camera live at the event. And it's like, okay, I was wrong. This man is not a coward because he's here to defend his honor. I would turn to the camera and say that. I'm like, hey, that man's not a coward. He's here. That's what's up. I will give him props for that. But until then, bro, if you see this, until then, you were 100% a coward. You've been challenged as a man to stand on your square, and you're running. You're a coward, bro. You're a coward. And before anybody go out there and start talking shit to me, like, well, Dio saying you don't know nothing, you a coward. Baby, I'm airborne. Ain't no cowards wearing any wings because you got to earn those wings, right? 5 jumps. And I got way more than that. But you need 5 jumps to earn your fucking wings. And anyone who throws himself out of a high-performing aircraft, I jumped C-130s and C-141s for the majority of the time that I was in. But if you jump in C-130, C-140, C-141s, C-17, C-5, whatever you walk out of, right? I'm sorry, ain't no cowards wearing wings. Ain't no cowards airborne. None. Right? None. It's a whole nother level. There's levels to this shit, bro. So before any of y'all get out here and start talking shit about me, hey, look, say what you want to say, because I believe in freedom of speech so much that I got deployed. I fought for your right to say what you want to say, but just understand where I'm coming from. I'm airborne, baby. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no bitch sitting over here. So I just want to throw that out there. But for Abba and for those people who follow him, that man is a coward. I believe Preach would actually get into the ring if it came down to it. I believe he would do it, although he had his opportunity with Sosnick and he bitched out. Right? Sosnick was like, we can take care of this for you. We can do this. And he bitched out. But it is what it is. Scam Likely in the building. What's good? Bro, I owe you a call, Scam. You hit me up, bro, I think about a month ago, man. But I've been so damn busy. I apologize, bro. My apologies, bro. For real, for real. I owe you a call, man. I just been working on a lot of stuff right now. At that point when you hit me up, I saw you. And I was doing some shit, man. I meant to hit you back and I didn't, man. So forgive me, bro. Forgive me. But I'm definitely going to hit you up. We got brother IRS in the building. What's good, fam? Auburn Priest needs to thank Myron and Fresh. I scrolled through their channel, and most of their viewed videos for the past year and a half is talking about Fresh and Fit. Auburn truly is preying on their downfall, and that's a fact. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. He's praying for Myron and Fresh's downfall, but if Myron and Fresh were to go away, bro, he's gonna lose. They're gonna lose so much income. What are they gonna talk about? They're not getting the kind of views from all of the other stuff that they talk about. They keep coming back to Myron and Fresh. I mean, it is what it is. And Brother Pablo was like, that would be like the Thriller in Manila. Here's the thing. It would be the Thriller in Manila for YouTube, right? Like, keep in mind, YouTube is still small, though. And there's more and more people coming over, but YouTube is still small, right? It wouldn't rank like as a real fight. Like, with, it wouldn't even rank with like the Paul boys. Like, if Jake Paul were fighting Myron Gaines, right? That would be an even bigger fight. I would be telling Myron, like, man, you might not want to take that fight, but Myron's not a coward. If something were to go down and he got challenged like that, he would get into the ring with Jake Paul, right? But Jake is a beast, bro. That dude can almost fight professionally, man. Like he's a beast. So I would be like, Myron, you sure about this, man? At least wear a helmet. Like, wear some protective gear, because that guy could fight. But my point being, if it came down to that, Myron would absolutely step into the ring with a Jake Paul. You feel me? But Abba and Preach versus Fresh and Fit fight would be big for YouTube, especially big for the manosphere, big for the red pill world, big for the blue pill world. It would be the ultimate red pill, blue pill battle. It would do good. I think it would do really good numbers. You would have people like, Valuetainment, Patrick Bet David and his crew behind it. You would have, Mike Surtain, Rollo Tomasi, Rich Cooper, like you would have Donovan Sharp. You would have all the big Manosphere guys or red pill adjacent dudes there. Mike Rashid would be a part of that, would be there. I mean, it would be huge, bro. And if it's all about the money, like Auburn Priest talking about the money, I don't understand why you would walk away from potential $1 million payday. Like, why would you do that? Player 1258 in the building. What's good, fam? It's like, after so long, though, if he eventually gets in, does that mean he loses coward status, especially if there's incentives involved? Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It takes a tremendous amount of courage to climb into a ring or to, go into the battlefield, wherever that battlefield may be. It takes courage, bro. It takes courage not to run, right? I mean, and that's why cowards are looked down upon and heroes are honored. It takes... If he gets into the ring, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, okay, he's not a coward. He did that. And I see what you're saying. Like, well, he just got in there for $1 million. Yeah, but he still did it. I know people right now I could pay $10 million to. They will not jump out of an airplane. There's people out there, I could give them $10 million. They will not go into the trenches. They will not go into the battlefield. They won't do it. They won't do it. Not even for $50 million, $100 million. They're not going to leave their security to go out there and risk themselves. Right. And of course, I know the battlefield is, you could lose your life, but that's just, you give them, give them $100, give them $100,000, give them $1 million. They're not going to climb into the ring with somebody. They're just not going to do it, especially if they're living comfortable. Like, you're thinking about the people who are like out here struggling. Like, there's a bunch of brokies that were like, I'll fight you, Myron. Like, bro, who are you? You go away. Go be somebody first. Like, go out and get your name up there. No, I'm not fighting you. I don't want to fight the dude that came into my house and completely dishonored my home, my studio, right, my platform, talking all that shit. I want that guy, the guy who refused to sit down and just, well, let's just have a debate. And it's all stemmed over Fresh and Fit views over paying women for money. That's what it all stemmed over. And it was really, it was silly. And again, they could have sat down and had that discussion. They could have had that debate on TV. They could have had that debate. And Auburn Priest didn't want to have that debate. And it spilled over into all kind of stuff, bro. So, but yeah, bro, if he gets into the ring, I'm like, he's not a coward. He's not. He got into the ring, bro. It takes a tremendous amount of courage to climb your ass into a ring and fight another man. It takes courage to fight a man on the streets. It takes courage. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of courage, bro. It's easy to run. It's easy to run, but like, it takes courage to stand there and handle your business. So now, if Abba was to get into that ring, I would absolutely, once that bell rings, ding, and they, they get out there and they start, trading punches, I would absolutely turn the camera and be like, that man in there, both those men in there are not cowards. for Abba to climb in there and face Myron Gaines, that's some real man shit right there. He is not a coward. He did it. But bro, even if he got $2 million for it, $2 million to get your ass kicked or $2 million to beat somebody's ass, either way, you still got to get in there and actually have the fight. You know what I mean? You still have to have the fight. So that's my take on that. And I know that was a lot, right? I came out, you know what I mean? Guns a-blazing, that's a lot. But I really have zero respect for men like Abba. And there's a lot of men out there like that. You know what I mean? I have zero respect for those guys. I really do. Once you get challenged, man, you got to, especially at the way this has been going and what he's doing to continue to provoke the other guy. Like, bro, if you're going to be a coward, be a coward. Go away. Shut the fuck up. But you're going to continue to provoke and do these things, but you refuse to stand your ground. God, I can't respect that at all, in no shape or form. And that's one of the major problems with our society right now, right? That goes into that whole no shame thing. Well, it's okay to be a coward. It's not. I want to say that again, man. It is not okay to be a coward. It's not. If you're going to go out there, you know what I mean, do all this shit, talk all this nonsense, basically pick a fight with somebody, rouse somebody up, and refuse to face them when they call you out, you are a coward. And it is not cool. I don't care what your mama tell you. I don't care what society's trying to tell you. It's not cool. Simple as that. You got to stand up for yourself. Right? This is all a part of becoming a man. Damn all the other YouTube stuff and all the money and all that. You got to stand up for yourself. This is the way I was raised, right? This is the way my people were raised. Man, if I came home as a kid, and it happened, came home as a kid, I'm running from some kid who's trying to bully me or whatever. My mama told me to go back out there and handle that. My father told me what to do. You dealing with somebody and they bigger than you, man, you pick up something, you knock them upside the head with it. That's what you got to do. But you do not run. And guess what? Yeah, I'm not undefeated. I don't have a perfect record. I done took some L's, but guess what? That respect is there. Them people gonna leave you alone. Why? They know you gonna fight. So you wonder about these bullies and how do we stop bullying and this and that? You stand up to them, bro. You stand up to them. You deal with them. Bring the pain. It's gonna hurt you too, right? When you get in a fight and you win, guess what? Your knuckles hurt, bro. You get bruised up. You get scraped up. You get scarred up. You're going to get a fat lip, a black eye, bloody nose. They might get worse. Right? And guess what? They going to leave you alone because at the end of the day, bullies are cowards. Bullies only pick on those people who don't do anything about it. That's it. They only pick on people they perceive as weak. So if you got somebody picking on you, they see you as weak. Go ahead and deal with that. Go ahead. Even if you lose the encounter, they going to leave you alone. 9 times out of 10, they going to leave you alone. Yeah, there's some outliers out there. There's some people out there who just got problems, bro. There's some people out there that just got problems, but you still deal with them the same way. You deal with them the same way. So it is what it is. He's like, I was the ferry boat. 4LP3E. I was the ferry boat. It was cool, man. It was a big ship. It was a big ship. I don't know who the company was. It was big. Multiple decks. So there's a lot to talk about the ticket, the cost of the price, the cost of it. So before we get into that, I'm just going to show this video here. Let's get into the details. I was definitely, running my mouth here. Sorry about that, guys. Old people be getting on tangents. So, let's not snap out of their scam. All right, we're going to get into that. People saying this is a scam, right? So the average ticket, I think the general admission ticket was just under $1,000. I know a lot of people were like, oh shit, that's a lot of money. Just under $1,000, right? What did you get with that $1,000? Entry onto this ship, open bar, and there was food provided, right? Keep in mind, we in South Florida. This actual event, the boat was in Fort Lauderdale, not Miami. I know the first time they did a boat party was in Miami. This one was in Fort Lauderdale. So the women got on for free. Obviously, that's how it works. Because you don't want to have a party that's just full of dudes, right? Floating around on a boat with a bunch of dudes. That's not cool. I wouldn't want to do that no matter what, right? So you're talking about renting a boat in Miami. Miami was talking about this, and Fresh was talking about this on the lead up to the event. If you're in Miami and you want to rent yourself a yacht, rent yourself a boat, they normally charge you for it's an hour, it's per hour, and the minimum is 4 hours. And that comes with the captain of the boat, a first mate. You can have 13 people on the boat total. That's it. And I guess that's some sort of Florida law, right? For safety reasons, it makes sense. And that boat will come out of Miami generally and take you to the certain spots. There's certain spots around Miami that all these boats go to. And that's going to run you on the cheap side. That's going to run you, I'm saying, about $300 an hour, right? You might be able to find a boat that's maybe 175, 200, right? It depends on how large the boat is and, how nice it looks. The last time I rented a boat, it was about 7 or 8 of us on the boat. And we had a pretty nice size, like a proper yacht. It had sleeping quarters down below. It had different rooms. We had like cushions on the deck and all that. A big aft area. And we were paying, I want to say $500 an hour for that. And again, it's a minimum of 4 hours. And we had jet skis come out and meet us as well. It was a little extra cost for that. I forget how much. But that doesn't include food. That doesn't include drinks. Like you got BYOB kind of thing. If you want to work with the company, they'll, provide that stuff, but you got to pay more. But they'll let you BYOB, bring your own bottles, bring your own food or whatever, which we did. So that boiled down to about, I forget what it was. It might have been $300 or $400 each for that day. Like I said, it was about 7 or 8 of us. It might be, and it was mostly women. It was just like me and 3 other dudes, and then no, it was like 3 dudes and 5 women. That's what it was. So 3 dudes total, 5 women. We had a good time. We had a blast. It was great. But that's that little bitty boat. Like this thing that they rented, I have no idea what it cost, but it was a huge ship, bro. It was definitely it was definitely a fair. Like you said, it was a ship. It wasn't a yacht. It was a party ship. This company is in the business of doing these things. It was it wasn't the shit. Like it wasn't like what I described. We had this boat. It was like a yacht. You could call it a yacht, but they're calling. I don't even know what the definition of a yacht is these days. But when you go look it up, yacht is going to be these boats of various sizes, 30, 40, 50 footers or whatever. This was a ship, bro. Like that thing was a ship. So yeah, Solo Johnson, you're right. It was a ferry. Whatever you want to call it. It was a party on the water. Brother Tez is in the building. What's good, fam? And, so Myron and Fresh, Myron and Fresh provided this party on the water. They've done multiple parties, right? And the guys who paid were happy. Again, $1,000, all you can drink, open bar. They had food while it lasted, so it was food there. And that's what you got. And as a guy, you're on the boat, you got all these women. There were beautiful women on that boat, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. There was some low, trashy looking, low caliber women on the boat. There was some mid-grade women, and there was a few women on there who were like really attractive. All the women were looking good. The trashy girls were running around looking for attention, but there were some women who were just sitting there enjoying it, having a good time doing their thing. It was really hot on that boat, ferry, whatever you want to call it. It was really hot on that boat. I was on the top deck outside. We had a little bit of breeze when the ship is moving around. I didn't spend that much time downstairs. I didn't spend that much time on the bow of the boat. There was another part of the boat that was kind of open by the bar. I didn't even go out there. I stayed upstairs the whole time. But let's check this thing out. This is Myron responding to Fresh and Fit. Myron and Fresh responding to Fresh Albert and Preach. I'm sorry. Fresh and Fit responding to Albert and Preach, talking about what they're talking about, kind of like what the guys in here talking about, like, oh, it's a scam. All right, well, okay, if you think so. I'm just letting you know, as a guy who's been to a bunch of parties in his life, man, this party was lit. It was a good time. You got what you paid for. So let's check this out.
The yacht party and this entire past week was fucking incredible. Thank you, Fresh, for the opportunity, and the entire FNF crew for pulling off another historic weekend on the books with all my Couch Club brothers. Member, fellow CEO, control every opportunity.
Shout out to you.
We got some haters trying to say that the party wasn't lit. Like, bro, what the fuck?
So this is what happened, right? Guys, just so you know, people always spread propaganda to turn off, and they don't rock with us, so they want to make us look really bad. They had a ratio between, I want to say 7-1, girls to guys. It was that many girls.
Ask anyone that was there.
And guys, look at this.
You want to know how it's crazy? A girl messaged me. I was like, "Why didn't you come on the yacht?" She was like, "I was there."
Yeah, I know. Bro.
Yo, I swear to God. Yeah. She was like, "This out." Yo, a girl that I was talking to. I was like, "Yo, why didn't you come on the yacht? Like, you're whatever." She messaged me and said, "I was there," and I was like, "What?" I told her, "Send me a picture." She sent me a picture. I said, "What the fuck? I didn't even see you."
You're not lying, bro. It was packed. I don't know what the final head count was, bro. I really don't. There were only so many tickets for sale because Miami Fresh wanted to ensure this high ratio female to male, right? It was what it was. It was a lot of dudes on there. Now, here's the thing. We talk about the dudes. What type of dudes were on there? The vast majority of these guys, man, are the guys that I would consider in the bottom 80. These are the dudes who don't have a lot of experience with these sort of things, right? They might not even be sure about the value. Like, they may not even be aware of how good a value that was for a night. You're going out, open bar, you got food, you're on a boat in the South Florida. That's insane, bro. Just to give you an idea. If you and your homeboys decide to go out and let's say you're going to go to Vendome, and that's one of the popular nightclubs in South Beach, and you're just going to go there, right? It's going to cost you $100 to get in. If you just want to get in and just kind of move around the bar area or whatever, and they restrict your movement. They won't let you just go any old place. You pay a little $100. It's not like when I went to the nightclubs, you had a big dance floor area. Nah, like you get in, there's an area by the main bar where they'll let you kind of kick it, but everyone's in sections. Like the way Vendome is set up, it's just like sections all over the club. It's not even like it used to be. Even there, it used to be they had a small dance club, a small dance floor in the middle. People would turn up on a dance floor and go back to their sections. They redid it. It's all sections, right? So if you're coming in there, let's say you three of your homeboys, it's 4 dudes, right? They're gonna be like, look, man, y'all gonna have to buy a bottle. A cheap bottle in Vendome is $2,500. Y'all gonna have to buy a bottle. And if it's something really going on in Vegas, if it's really turned up in there, they're gonna be like, oh, it's a 2-3 bottle minimum to get in to get a section. That's South Beach. If you in Miami, if you in Brickell, go like Komodo. You guys can look this stuff up. I'm not making this up, man. Go look this stuff up. If you go to Komodo, you know, their bottle in their lounge, just like not for dinner downstairs, but if you go up to the lounge where the DJ is, and you know, they got sections set up against the wall. They do have an open area in the middle. So they'll let you in. Like you can go up there. I don't even think they'll charge you. Whenever I go there, they never charge me, but that's because I know folks. But even if they do, let's say they charge you $50 to get in, fine. Right? You get in there and you don't get a bottle. It's $50. If you in Komodo, the average mixed drink, I drink Hennessy, right? I'll get like a Hennessy and Coke or whatever. That's normally my drink. That's about $22. Now that includes the tip. Now, you know, some places in Miami, they'll put the tip on there and they might not even tell you, but it's on there. That includes the tip. And they normally put on like 18%. But you're looking at between $22, $25 for a mixed drink in downtown Miami. Now, if you're going to some place like Red Bar, or if you're going to Blackbird, or if you're going to Moxie's, right, the prices vary. But you can count on paying anywhere between $18 and $25 for one mixed drink. One mixed drink, remember? So keep that in mind. And if you want a bottle of Komodo on a slow night, you look, a cheap bottle is $350. If it's the weekend, it's going to be at least $1,400, $1,500. You get a bottle. Minimum. Cheapest bottle is going to be $1,400, $1,500 on a weekend or a night when they're doing something big. And then if you want, you know, 1942 or Casamigos, or if you want Casa Azul or Hennessy, yeah, bro, you're looking closer to $2,000 a bottle. That's Miami. So when you factor all that in, $1,000 to get on the boat, to have food, to have drinks, that's a deal. In South Florida, that's a deal. Is that a deal in flyover country? And, you know, is that a deal in Oregon? Is that a deal in Dakotas? Is that a deal in Michigan? You know what I mean? All the way up the hand. Is that a deal there? I don't know. I ain't been to Michigan in a long time. But that's definitely a deal for Miami, LA, New York, Atlanta, DC, Dallas. Well, take Dallas out because Dallas isn't that expensive. Just a couple clubs that really charge a lot. Like even here in Tampa, right? The bottle service charges are like down there. I was in one of the most popular gentleman clubs here, my Mel. I don't know if you guys remember Mel when she was on here. We interviewed her on this platform. I went to go see her. And I was like, yo, let's look at the bottle prices. I'm like, what's Casa Azul here? And it was like cheap, yo. It was like $200, $225, some shit like that. I'm like, what? Is that a typo? She's like, nah. It's like $250. I'm like, well, damn, how much is the Hennessy? The Hennessy was like $850 or something like that. $700, $850 for VS. It's like, No, VSOP. I'm like, damn. Okay. I was like, okay. So Tampa hasn't really reached those, LA, Miami, New York, DC numbers yet. You know what I mean? They just haven't did it. I appreciate that, World. I think we back now. Y'all know I'll be on the struggle bus with my stream, man. Brother Viking's gonna have to show me how to fix it, but I'm looking at it. I think my bars are back up to the main strength. So appreciate you, bro. Thank you, and good to see you, man. We got world class in the building. We got the world class in the building, bro. We got Brother Pitney in the building. What's good? Please like the video. Please like the video. So, but for the parts that I was breaking up in, $1,000 for a night out in Miami in South Florida is a good deal when it includes a boat like that, ferry, ship, whatever you want to call it. It was packed full of women, right? And you're going to see how many women were waiting to get on this ship. It took us, we were an hour delayed getting off the dock because of security, and it was so many women, we had to go through their bags and stuff like that. We were an hour delayed getting off the dock. So for those people that were saying, oh, there was no women there, it was a scam, they paid to get in there and it wasn't lit, that's just not true. That's simply not true. It's simply not true. Bro, do me a favor, Dub Sauce. Tell me the difference between a ferry and a yacht. When I think ferry, I'm thinking a big ship that you put fucking cars on and you go across a body of water. This thing was a ship the size of a small ferry. This thing was huge. That's why I'm calling it a ship. It's bigger than any of the yacht. This thing, like the biggest yacht I've ever been on was like a 70-footer, right? This thing was massive. So I don't know the technical distinctions between ferries, yachts. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I know what a boat is. I mean, like you look at sailboats and you look at wind-powered things like sailboats or rowboats. This thing was massive, bro. This thing was massive. And they had a full crew complement. All the crew were wearing like their nautical stuff, man. They had on uniforms, and they were doing stuff, bro. So this thing was big, bro. I don't know the difference. And I'm not trying to avoid the question, my brother. I'm assuming you're a brother. I'm not trying to avoid the question, fam. I don't know the distinction between ferry, yachts, and boat, right? I know what the boats are. I've been on a couple yachts, like I said, but this thing was massive, bro. It was like a ship to me. This thing was a ship. It's big. It's big. So do me a favor and let me know what the difference is. And Brother Penny was like, I don't know why security gave them such a hard time. They made the party take longer to get started. And that's a fact. And the security team was not professional. A lot of that had to do with the planning stages. And I think that the Fresh and Fit team didn't ask the correct questions leading up to this because it was definitely a surprise. When we got there, we didn't know. And the ship was there, boat, yacht, shuttle, ferry, whatever you want to call it, was there. It was docked. Had we known that security was going to be so stringent, it wasn't that they were just looking for weapons. They were going through everybody's purse. They were looking for all sorts of stuff, right? Anything. It was kind of like going through security for jail, bro. And the people that were running security were not professional. They just weren't. I definitely, when we were kind of debriefing after everything was over, that definitely came up. It was like, hey, in the future, find out who the team is going to be running security and write the contract so it states that we bring the team. Like we'll bring the team to do security because you want professional people. The guys who are out there doing security for these nightclubs can certainly come do security for that. Once everybody's patted down, they out of there, bro. So, but yeah, it was a big fucking shit, bro. It's like $1,000 for a 2-hour yacht party. It was wild. It was 4 hours. So we lost an hour getting people on the boat. So we were on there for 3 hours because it took security so long. But I hear you, like, bro, how much time you gonna spend in the club? And think about it. Like all I'm saying is this: for dudes who go out, especially if they go out in high cost of living cities, just run the numbers. How much money do you think you would spend just going out in LA, New York, Miami, hell, Tampa, for that matter, Cincinnati? How much money would you spend going out for 3 or 4 hours? We're talking dinner, we're talking drinks, right? If you got women with you, whatever, how much money do you think you would normally spend? And it's for everyone in the chat, bro. Put your numbers, put your estimates in the chat. How much money? And I'm gonna tell you right now, I can tell you what it costs to go out in LA, New York, Miami, Paris, London. I can tell you how much it costs to go out for dinner in Japan, right? But how much y'all think it really costs? And I'm not gonna be able to read everyone's chat here, but I'm definitely gonna put them all up there. And here's the thing, bro. Speak freely on this platform. I am, Myron and Fresh, they're close personal friends. I've known these men for over 3 years. We're close personal friends. I'm just right. I came out hard against Albert because I don't respect him, but I just want to set the record straight. I was there. You know what I mean? I was there. And you about to see on this video clip what the women look like and who was waiting to get on. Now there was some trashy women on there, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. There were some trashy women on there, but there were also some really elegant looking women. They were looking elegant, but when you spoke to them, it was like, oh, okay. Like, you're not what I thought you were. But they were cool. They weren't tripping. Dub is saying ferries are practically vessels designed for public transportation, while yachts are luxury vessels designed for private leisure. This is a hybrid. This is a vessel that is designed as a business for parties. That's what this is. Could this vessel be configured to ferry people like across a body of water or whatever, let's say the Star Island or whatever? Yes, but ferries normally have like rows of seating, like seating you would find on an airplane or a bus. This thing didn't have that. This thing was set up for private events. So let's say you want to do a big party, you're trying to get 300 people out, you want to have an event. This thing was set up for that. They had the sound system set up. So the DJ is playing on the second deck, but you can hear whatever the DJ is playing throughout the vessel. They had not sofas, but like patio furniture type stuff that were on the deck upstairs. They have patio furniture, big cushiony. You see the women sitting down. So I think this vessel could be configured to be a ferry, but it wasn't configured that way. This thing was configured as a party ship. Now, here's the thing. Maybe someone bought an old ferry and reconfigured it to do parties. I don't know who this company is. This vessel, like when Fresh was saying, oh, it's not ready yet. They have to, they're still working on the vessel. Maybe that's what it was. Someone invested in this big party ship and they had it reconfigured so they can indeed do parties and stuff like that. You have to add, added extra bathrooms and stuff like that. So yeah, bro. So by your definition right here, it's not a ferry. It was a party ship, if you want to call it a party yacht, but it was definitely a party ship. It's like, bro, from 10 to 2, when I party, I stay from 4 to 6 hours. Not sure about you. All right, so the $1,000 included. To your point here, the $1,000 included admission onto this vessel. Right, the boat was supposed to leave at 9 and come back at 1. Right, it was an hour before we could get off the dock, so we lost that hour. And when we got back, and I mean, bro, I want to say it was 1 o'clock when we got back. When we got back, we spent 3 hours on the water, partying, whatever. We came back. Once we got back, we got off the boat. Myron and Fresh had a party bus. They loaded up everyone on the party bus, and the party bus took us to Vendome in South Beach. So that $1,000 got you onto that boat. It also got you into Vendome. Again, one of Miami's, South Beach's hottest nightclubs. Look it up. Vendome. Look it up. That $1,000 got you into Vendome. The Fresh and Fit platform, Myron and Fresh, bought 2-3 bottles, wherever they had in there, in Vendome. Again, you didn't have to pay extra for that. So I feel you, fam. Like you was like, oh, it was from 10 until 12 a.m. And I normally party longer than that. Hey, the people who came out Saturday night partied until 5 in the morning. If you stayed with us the entire time, I didn't get back to my hotel room until 6 a.m. Right? So it was the yacht party. It was going to Vendome after, and then it was the after hours. All that was included in your price. All that was included in that price. This was a good deal for Miami. $1,000 to get into these places. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. This was a good deal. Based Oracle says he spent $7. What's good, bro? When he goes out. I mean, going out to, like, if you want to go out, if you came here to Tampa and went out with me, Like we're gonna go out and have a good time, man. We're gonna clown a little bit. We're gonna go get dinner. We get dinner somewhere like Ocean's Prime or something like that, right? Dinner's gonna hit for at least $75 a person here in Tampa. At least. Right. So we're gonna get dinner, round that up to $100, right? We're gonna spend $100 just to get dinner at Ocean's Prime or whatever. Yeah, you can go to, IHOP, or you can go to, what's the steak place? You can go to someplace cheap, but I don't normally go there. Figure you're gonna spend $100 on dinner. You want to go to a nightclub here in Tampa, the average nightclub, especially on the Friday, Saturday, something like that. They're probably gonna charge you $20 to get in. They're really gonna try to push a bottle. Anywhere between, $15 to $10 to $20 is going to get you to cover. It's still Tampa. And then again, when you're in there, you're going to be paying probably around $15 to $18 a drink, or you can get a bottle for a couple $100. Like in Tampa, you can get you a bottle for about $300-$400, right? So if you buy a bottle for, let's say, $300, you've already spent $100 on dinner. That's $400, right? That's just you. If you got a woman with you, man, double that, right? You might have to double that because you got to pay for her dinner, and she's going to want dessert, the full courses and all that. So if you're going to go out in Tampa and you're going to have dinner, hit a nightclub, and then hit an after hours joint, like hit a gentleman's club or hit an after hours joint. Yeah, bro, you're going to drop about $500 to do something like that just for you. And then, if you got a woman with you, or if you were the crew, you're going to wind up paying, you guys are going to pay close to $1,000 for that night here in Tampa. Right. So just so you know, man, like it's not that crazy. You know what I mean? It's $110 for a yacht party in Miami. What yacht, bro? $110 what each? $110. Let's say it's $110 for the boat. That's a 4-hour minimum, bro. 4-hour minimum. You get 13 people on that boat. 4-hour minimum. And you're gonna have to, if you want alcohol, you got to bring it. How much even go to your local store and get a good deal on alcohol, you still got to buy the bottles. Right. So even what you're saying, bro, you can easily get up to $500-$600. And that's it. When the boat's party over, where y'all going? Y'all going to go to a nightclub? You're going to go to Vendome, Komodo? You're going to go to Blackbird? Where you going to go? You're going to have to drop some more money there. So there's no way to get around it, fam. $1,000 in a city like Miami, South Florida, is a good deal. You know what I mean? Dinner in Japan is the right answer. Hey, man, last time I had the best Kobe beef I ever had in my life was in Tokyo. Bro, we were just outside of Kobe. That meal was one of the most expensive meals I've ever paid for. And hey, Brother Manjo's in the building. What's good, fam? Yeah, about $300 or $400. About $300 or $400. And if you're in the South like that, you can probably spend about $300-$400 to go out by yourself, just kind of kicking it. You and your homeboys, y'all gonna spend about that. You know what I mean? Basically, like, why didn't they have a untrashy women? Because it's hard to find untrashy women these days. As you said, bro, you said it yesterday, man. It's hard to find women, right, that you could go to distance with. I'm sorry, we're in that era in a society where women are just out there doing their thing, bro. They just doing their thing. And it, like I said, it's, question: did they charge me $1,000? No, I'm part of the team, bro. They didn't charge me $1,000. No. But I'm working. Like, I'm running around helping them out, putting out fires, helping them do things. So no, they didn't charge me $1,000. No. And I didn't charge them for my expertise either. Like I said, these are my homeboys, man. We good. I want them to be successful. And Pablo, I mean, I am part of the team. I run the city groups for them. They asked me to run their castle club. We run the city groups. We're building a really good network out there. And the link to that is in the chat. If you guys are interested, the link to that is in the chat. They're talking about all the time. So yeah, Brother Pablo, I'm 100% on the team. Ocean's Prime, $75. Good laws. Come on, scam. You know what I mean? And that's keeping it cheap. It's just like one drink, you know what I mean? 1 or 2 drinks, whatever. But nah, man, you gonna spend some. Friday night in Miami, I had dinner at Mamo's. And for those of you guys, if you're not a restaurateur, if you're not a foodie, Mamo's is like a New York restaurant, but they're down in Miami. They're in a few other places on the planet. It's about 6 or 7 places they're on the planet. But they're a really good Italian place, casual. They're right there. They just opened up a year ago in Miami. I was there with my best friend, my family, and we were sitting there. We just had dinner. We had truffle pizza, skirt steak, potatoes, and then I had a Hennessy. She had a couple glasses of wine. Boy, that was over $300. And that was low key. That was low key. Right? So you split that. That's $150 each. If you would have split that, that was $300 for just a low key dinner on Friday night. And I left there and I went to the Fresh&Fit studio. And yeah, Scam, $300 for a bottle is cheap, bro. Water ain't gonna cost you $300, but water's expensive. They getting their money, man. Salsa Club, $10 and water, $2. Facts. Yo, Scam ain't never lied about that. Y'all want the secret sauce on how to really, go out and meet some non-trashy women and have a good time? Go to a salsa event. He ain't never lied about that. Go to a salsa event. Go. You're gonna have a great time. But you got to be socially in tune. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know how to say hi. And if you know how to dance, it's a cheat code. It's a cheat code. But no, like when you run the numbers, guys, and like I said, like I'm not here to battle people and I'm not here to cape for Fresh&Fit. I'm just letting you know, full disclosure, those are my guys. I was on the boats, former ferry, whatever you want to call it. I was on the ship. I saw the party. There were some beautiful women on there. There were, absolutely. There were some trashy girls. There was a couple girls walking around, like 2 or 3 girls walking around. They had bikinis on under their see-through outfits. They took their outfit off and was just walking around with bikinis on. Yeah, it was hot on the boat, but it wasn't that damn hot. And they just wanted attention. And you had, the Instagram thoughts on the boat. The OF girls were on the boat walking around. Whenever they saw a camera on, they just started twerking. Whether it was the live rig that they were using for the stream or just some dude with his phone on, those girls would see a camera. They would turn around and just start throwing their butt all over the place, just start twerking. There was girls wearing next to nothing. I mean, there was a lot of trashy women on that boat. But there's trashy women in the clubs. There's, that is what it is. That is what it is. Bases like, but they the best. If anyone can find untrashy women, wouldn't it be them? There are millions of untrashy women on earth, not extinct, just rare, extremely rare, brother. You know what you know this better than anyone out there. Right. So here's the thing. And I was saying this to one of the women that we were talking to on the party bus when we were leaving the boat going to the nightclub. All these women, when you talk to them, they're talking about how they're no good men, they're no this, that, whatever. Right. And these, again, when we talk about these women, if you were to ask me like, yo, Saint, you think there's going to be some, like, am I going to find my wife on this boat? Nah, only way you're going to find your wife on this boat if it's you bring her. But any woman who comes to an event like this, right? And it doesn't have to be Fresh&Fit, it could be anybody. Any woman who's going to a yacht party or any woman that's going to the nightclubs, doing all this kind of stuff, bro, what type of man does she think she's going to find? First of all, what type of woman do you think she is? Like the fact that she's coming out just to have a good time. It was all these women were clicked up. They were in groups of 3 and more. So they were just there with their friends, getting free drinks, getting free food. They'll sit around, drink, listen to the music, dance amongst each other. They were having a good time. They weren't really there to talk to dudes. But if you had game, you can talk to them. I was having great conversations with women. Great conversations. The women who were like, nah, when this is over, we're going home. We're not going to a nightclub. Fine. Now, some of those women were saying, we're not going to a nightclub. No, we're not going to the nightclub. Y'all going to. We're going to a different spot. That's fine, too. But if you're out and about and you're in the club scene and you're on these boat parties and you're in these mansion parties, you are not going to find a woman that's going to be a good potential wife. You did. And I know it's probably breaking up again, man. My signal was messing up. Sorry about that, guys. My signal was messing up. But that's not where you go to find your wife. And a lot of guys need to understand this, right? Don't go to these events thinking you're going to find your wife. If this is what she does, this is what she does, bro. These are the type of dudes that she's hunting. So be careful. This is why you got to have game. You got to have understanding, know who you're dealing with. That's just the bottom line. Know who you are dealing with. And base, you're right. They're not extinct. Good women aren't extinct, but they are extremely rare and they're harder and harder to find today, and especially in today's world. They are harder and harder to find. And you're not going to find them on a yacht party. You're not going to find them in a nightclub. You're not going to find them in a mansion party full of athletes and celebrities and rappers and stuff like that. You're not going to find her there, right? You're not going to find her there. So let's continue with the video. My bad, y'all.
I'm telling you. Yo,
these bitch ass niggas,
hold on.
anus and reach sucking shit fucking losers, man.
I'm gonna say a video right now. Cause niggas need to know what time it is, bro. We don't play. Anyhow, all I'm saying is that like
losers,
they
bro.
put out some clips that aren't even indicative of what happened on the boat, and they're saying it flops. Nigga, we made a profit. Niggas have fun. We at the club afterwards.
And the goal wasn't to make a bunch of money,
Yeah.
stupid fucks.
And
I told y'all that from the beginning.
Yes. But in any case, we showed them a good ass time. Everyone had fun.
No, but was there anybody complaining who actually went?
No.
Yeah, so then
no.
Only haters that talk
Yeah.
shit about us trying to say like
That
this
weren't
party
there.
was whack. Bro, I fucking, oh my God, man.
Bills, go to take over real quick. But
I
yeah,
ain't gonna lie, those are bad
yeah.
out of context.
Ask anyone that was actually at the party what the fucking ratio was, bro. I cock-blocked myself.
you did.
Cock-blocked myself, bro.
Yo, it was funny though. Where's my dad?
And also keep in mind, guys, that I was like
Oh, here we go.
in the front of the boat the whole time, right? Where there weren't that many girls because it was loud as hell everywhere else. So I was staying where I could like stream and like not.
Guys,
get in the
I
way.
was the one
And not
talking to
music
all the
and
girls
shit.
behind the scenes trying to see
Yeah, I was running around putting out
who was
fires.
the first target. Just kidding. But no, it was lit. Man. It was lit.
Yo, bro, like when I first showed up on the stream, y'all saw it. Like how many girls were waiting in line.
Yep. And then a guy won a Rolex.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bro, people
funny
be
story,
hating, bro. You know, it's crazy how people like number one proud or downfall and how people watch our shit and try to say, "Oh, look, there's no girls." It's like, well, are you guys stupid? Like, bro, haters, man,
Bro,
haters.
I'll tell you this: they can never do what we did.
Hell no, bro.
And that's a fact. Bill's is gonna load up that picture, that video that Fresh sent him. It just shows all the women who are waiting in line. Yeah, when it comes to Auburn Priest, bro, that's just a lot of hate. That's top tier hate. But I get it. Like I said, they're making money. You know, the Duke the Don guy, I've never watched any of his content. I just know that I see his thumbnails and there's a lot of, you know, when it comes to Fresh and Fit, it's like a lot of negative, you know, Fresh and Fit stuff. These people weren't there. And, you know, like I said, bro, it was a party. It was a party. If you were on a boat and there were some dudes who were on the boat that had game, you was coming away with something. There was plenty of dudes that came up that night. By plenty, I mean, you know, of the top 15% of guys who had game and knew what they were doing, they were getting numbers. Hell, I was doing what I was doing. It was easy. The women were coming after you. Like, again, if you know what you're doing, you ain't got to chase them, bro. They going to chase you. Dub Sauce is asking, well, before I get to that, Brother Pitney, you're right, man. If your girl is on a yacht partying with Fresh and Fit or anybody like that, she's not your girl, bro. She's everybody's girl, bro, for sure. Dub is saying, since you're part of the team, is it true that the party wasn't advertised as a Fresh and Fit party? When I say I'm part of the team, I'm down with Myron and Fresh. So if they ask me to do something, like they asked me to help them with the Castle Club thing, I'm on board with that. We set all that up for them. When it came to planning this event, I didn't have a lot of hands-on with that, right? I got in on Friday, and when I got there, I was just helping, putting out fires where I saw them, giving my advice on, hey, you might want to do this, hey, you might want to do that. Fresh went out and got the party bus on Saturday, like Saturday early. He's like, I got to go get this bus. I got to go work. I'm like, cool. So Fresh was working really hard. So I can't answer that question because I don't know. The party wasn't advertised as a Fresh and Fit party. I don't know what you're talking about. Because they were advertising it on their platform, of course. If you're saying that the people who were sourcing women weren't advertising it as a Fresh and Fit party, I could believe that. Fresh and Fit is extremely controversial, right? Women in South Florida, no. Now, I spoke to a good amount of women on the boat, especially when it was over. We were docking. I was asking, hey, how was it? Did you have a good time? What are your thoughts? And they were like, no, this was fun. This was cool. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I'm like, do you know who Fresh and Fit is? A lot of them didn't know. I would say half of the women that I talked to knew and were familiar with the Fresh and Fit platform, and 50% didn't. Now, here's the thing. Did they know prior to getting on the boat? I don't know. And that's probably the question you're asking. Was it advertised up front as a Fresh and Fit event? I don't know. If I were sourcing, I would probably not volunteer that information. I'm like, hey, we got a boat. We're doing this party. We got a bunch of guys coming down. But, if you guys want to come, it's free. So for every woman that showed up on the boat, it was probably 5 or 6 women who actually flaked and said they were going to be on the boat. So it's no small task to get women to show up, even for something like this. And they were dressed up, guys. They were looking good. They were looking good. Oh, he's like, yeah, you're talking about the women. Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. As a promoter, like I'm a retired air traffic controller. I'm a comedian. So I promote my own events. And bro, as a promoter, if I'm promoting something, And I think that it's going to be best for my organization and my event to leave out certain information. I'll leave it out. And I'm not going to lie about it now. If you ask me, I'll tell you, but I won't volunteer that information. But I think all the women had to register, I think, on Eventbrite or something like that, even though for them it was free. It was something like that. So they would have seen at some point F&F or, Fresh and Fit. But I can't give you an honest answer because I honestly don't know. But if I were promoting that event in Miami, especially, I probably would have left that off, right? And if they asked me, I would have told them, like, yes, it's Fresh and Fit. But if they didn't ask me, I wouldn't have put it on there. And the fact that this was in Fort Lauderdale, there were a lot of women from Broward County, which is up the Fort Lauderdale area. There were a lot of women from Broward on this boat. So I would imagine that those women in Broward County, they probably never heard of Fresh and Fit. So yeah. And then TG, like, what's good? He was like, these events should be handled by professional event planners. The atmospheres didn't look high class or exciting, especially not for the women. They need to work on creating a better atmosphere. Hey, that might be the case, bro. That may be the case. But the women that I spoke to had a good time. They had a good time. And the vast majority of the women, once we docked, they all jumped on the bus, and they all went to Vendome. I mean, the bus was packed. So, and when we got to Vendome, it was a ton of women. And again, they got in for free at Vendome. Put them in the section. The section was just stuffed full of women. It was so crowded you couldn't even sit down. But that's the nightclub, thing. But yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, TG. Like, okay, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's like, all right, maybe go with, better planners. But I have worked with some of the best party planners in the country. You just don't know what you're gonna get. You just don't. You really don't. People say one thing and they don't show up and this and that. And, high class women aren't going to some random boat party. They're not doing it. High class women aren't doing it. If they show up and they see the ship and it's like, oh, that looks like a converted ferry, or that ship is too old for me to get on, they're leaving. They're not the high class women that you're talking about. They're not going to get on there. They're just not going to do it. Right? When you dealing with people who are like used to being on Jeff Bezos' yacht, you know what I mean? Like real yachts. You're dealing with women who are used to being in Monaco and stuff like that, man. They ain't coming out to this event. Are you high? Who's going to come out to the event? Average people. For average folks, this was amazing. If you just the average woman and you were looking for something to do on Saturday, this was a come up. This was a come up. And like I said, the women I talked to had a good time. They had a good time. And again, back to the price, $4,000 for the dudes who did pay $4,000, bro. That's a good night in Miami. I'm sorry. We started in Fort Lauderdale. We ended in Miami. They got on that boat. They got into Vendome. They got to go to the after hours, when we were done at Vendome. That was all included. If the guys wanted to go, they were welcome under that price point. They didn't have to pay for anything. Bro, that was a party. That was a party. Let's continue.
Yo, bro, ain't this a reach? Throw a party right now. Let's see how many niggas show up. Nobody. You fucking bums. You dusty, dirty fucking bums.
Furthermore, girls.
Bro,
Just saying.
Fucking losers. Man, all these niggas do is hate from that dirty ass room, man.
Oh, yeah, this right here, bro.
Look at this video. You guys tell me. Now, this is just the walk-in of some of the girls that came on a boat. Go ahead, play, bro.
Yo, look at this shit.
Looks like a movie. Just the walk-in alone.
Yo, no girls. No girls.
Just the walk-in alone. No ratchets.
Yeah, movie.
No strippers like that. None of that shit, bro. Just regular.
And bro, like you said, man, that wasn't like they didn't take that from some other event. That was going on. If you watch the in real life live video they put up, that stream, you can see Myron and Mo and Bills and their other camera guy. You can see all these women walking. They were waiting in line, waiting to get in security. Right? I jumped on the ship right away. I went up straight to the top and I was looking down. And when Myron got on board, the Fresh and Fit team were the first people who went through security. We were the first people on the ship. So when Myron got on the ship with his camera crew, there was no one on the ship. They were all waiting to get in. So when they were walking around, we're going to see this in the next video, they were like, oh, look, there's no one there. Nah, they were waiting to get on. They were outside going through a very slow security process. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was not happy. I was not happy with that security process. It took an hour. It took an hour. It shouldn't have taken that long at all. It should have been at least half that time. It shouldn't have taken that long at all. And The team should have known, so we could have made the women aware, hey, don't bring this, don't bring that. There's going to be security. Leave that stuff in the car. Because a lot of women had to go back to their car, put stuff in the car, and then they came back to get on the ship. So, yeah, that line was long as hell, bro. That line, and the women, like I said, they were looking good. They did their part. They got on the boat for free. They were dressed to impress. Like I said, there were a couple girls on there that was trashy. There were more than a couple girls that were trashy, but you will see on the next video the ones that I'm talking about, just running around twerking everywhere. It was whatever. But I mean, bro, you can't control that. They twerk in the clubs. This is what they do. They twerk at work. Anytime they see a camera, they just start twerking. It just, today's woman is just on the trashy side.
New girls though. New girls.
Yeah. And it's funny because like,
losers,
bro, niggas are like, yo, bro, Fresh, Myron, this is the most girls I ever saw in my life. Thank you. We got you, brother. We got you.
And he ain't lying, man. Bro.
Haters can hate, but it's what it is, bro. Thank you. We got you, brother. Like,
losers,
bro. Nigga,
Damn movie.
no strippers like that, bro. None of that shit, bro. Girls alone.
Looks like a movie.
Just to walk in alone.
Right there. Those are two of the trashy chicks I was talking about. These two probably were strippers. These two are OnlyFans girls. These two right here, they were running around twerking wherever they saw a camera. Them two women right there in that shot, wherever they saw a camera, they were walking. They were twerking. It was only maybe less than 10 women that were acting extremely ratchet like these two. Less than 10. But the rest of the women were having fun. They were twerking. They were dancing. They were turning up. Free alcohol, free food. They were doing their thing for them. It was all free for them. And then there were women, again, that were up there next to me on the top deck outside just chilling. They had their drink. You know, the girl would go down, get a couple of drinks for the group. They come back with their drinks. And they were just chilling, right? I was, talking to them. They had a good time. But there were tons of women on that boat. There were tons of women on that boat. And look, even Brother IRS, like, there was one adult film star who twerked on the guy who won the Rolex. But before then, she bragged how she, pleasured on Fresh's feet. Okay. Oh, so she was licking on his feet. Ugh, that's nasty. They gave away a Rolex. Right? The guy who won the Rolex was very happy. Dude out of California. Very happy. Cool dude. He already had a Rolex. He was like, he's wearing a Rolex and he just won a Rolex. Good for him. Shout out to him. But they did their giveaway. But we're gonna look at what Abba and Preach has out here, bro. But what Myron and Fresh are saying is real talk, man. Abba and Preach and most of these dudes who are hating, they can't pull off an event like this, bro. It's hard to put these events together. They can't pull off this type of event. And from what I understand, Abba is supposed to be a comedian. He's in the comedic world. People were saying that he's a comedian. He was in LA doing comedy for a while. You ain't no dudes from Canada. And I had to ask folks, like, yo, who is this dude? Have y'all heard of this dude? Right? I'm asking comics, like my guys. And a couple dudes were like, yeah. I think dude might have been an open mic or something like that. He was kind of doing his thing, trying to make his way or whatever. But I don't know where he is now. It was a couple guys like, I think I know who you're talking about. I'm sending pictures like, this dude? And like I think he did some events with Schultz. They were doing some events in Canada, I think, because they there's a big comedic convention thing that goes on in Canada. I don't know if they still do it. It was like one of those places where you get discovered as a comedian. So I'm like, well, bro, if you in that field, if you're in the entertainment field, if you're in the comedy world, put on a comedy show. I do it all the time. Put together a comedy show. But they're not doing that. All they're doing is YouTube. They're making a lot of money, but I'm like, bro, you interview some folks. If you're in the comedy world, just interview the guys that you came up with. Preacher's like in the hip hop dance. He's gotten out of shape, so maybe he doesn't dance any much, but put on some sort of dance review. I mean, hell, hip hop breakdancing is in the Olympics now. So if y'all put together an event and do it yourself, I don't think they can. I mean, it's far easier to look at someone like Fresh and Fit and talk your shit. But bro, go out there and do it.
Just alone.
There was some dimes on there, man.
Damn movie.
Right there, this woman right here in the white. See the woman right here in the white mini skirt. She's kind of walking and looking down. She was one of the women who had a bikini on. She has a bikini on under this. and she took her clothes off and was walking around the boat twerking in her bikini. I don't know if she's an OF girl. I don't know if she's a dancer. I don't know if she's an Instagram thought. I don't know anything about her. All I know is she was on a boat running around in her bikini. She was on a party bus. We went to Vendome. She was in Vendome doing her thing, right? Doing her thing. And we left there, went to the after hours. She was at the after hours doing her thing. She was with us the whole night, right? She was one of the women that was with us the whole night. I don't know what her story is, but she was getting attention, and she wasn't by herself. She had a clique of girls. And then behind her, you see the woman, these women behind us, one in like a reddish type outfit, and the one in the white, and this other one here in the white and black. They were with us the whole night as well. And this woman in the white here, she's from Colombia. I forget her name. She told me her name. I forget. We're on the party bus, and she's talking about how men ain't no good. I'm done with Miami men. She's like, how do I find a good man? Right? We are leaving the dock from the party boat. We're on a party bus. The bus has stripper poles in it. It's like a party bus, huge bus. We're on our way to a nightclub in South Beach. And she's asking me, how does she find a good man? And I right, because we've been talking or whatever. I found out, she's from Colombia. She's a little bit older. We were talking, I'm joking with her, having a good time. And when she asked me this question, I was like, baby, and I looked her right in the eyes. I'm like, baby, you looking for a good man? You're literally on the wrong bus. Tommy Sotomayor was right there, right across the aisle. He heard me. He started laughing. He was like, yeah, baby, you on the wrong bus. This is not a bus full of those type people. This is, you know what I mean? This is a bus for tonight. And she's just kind of sitting there. 4 hours later, I saw this very same woman making out with an F-boy, the very guy she said she doesn't want to deal with. The very guy. We know that guy. She took that dude home and smashed that dude. We know it. We know it because when we left Vendome, she was with us on the party bus again, going to the after hours. And on the bus, she's making out with this dude, the F-boy. This is why you can't listen to women when they talk all this, I need a good man stuff, man. Because it's what y'all kids call it. It's cap. It's game. It's all bullshit. But I just wanted to point that out. That woman was talking about how I'm through with these F-boys and da-da-da. Who did she wind up effing? A F-boy that very night. Where do I find good men? Baby, you on the wrong bus. Like, you are literally on the wrong bus. So, yeah, man, I'm going to stop that right there. But there were tons of women there. So we're going to watch the Auburn Preach thing, right? We're going to watch the Auburn Preach thing. And again, like, Auburn Preach are haters, man, top tier haters, bro. Top tier haters. It takes a lot of work to pull off what Myron and Fresh did. Now, we can go and have the discussion that maybe it wasn't top tier. Maybe it could have been better. Maybe they should have went with a different company to source women. Maybe they should have went with an event planner. We can argue all that. Cool. I ain't got a problem with that. Okay. You want to talk about that? We can talk about that. But if you want to talk about the value, right? Because they're talking about the $3,500 scam. It was just under $1,000 to get on the boat. We talked about that, right? I think we beat that into the ground. Who paid the big money? There were VIP slots out there. The VIP slots, I'm not sure exactly how much they cost, but $3,500 probably was in that range. What did you get with the VIP slot? You got to hang out with Myron and Fresh for the whole weekend. You were in the studio, right? And they were in the studio for the Friday episode. They were in the studio for the whole time. You got to meet their VIPs or whatever, Tony Sotomayor, whoever else may have shown up. You had Thor who showed up. Justin Wilder was there. You got to meet all these, whoever. Hey, you got to go kick it with Fresh on Friday because, Myron doesn't go out. But Myron's in the studio. Everybody got to talk. Everybody went out to eat. Then, the VIPs were welcome to come hang out Friday night. We were like locking stuff in. They were all with us, right? Fresh took them to his spots. You're not paying to get in anywhere. You're not, the bottles were taken care of by the Fresh&Fit platform, right? That's what they got with that, right? And everything that was listed under that price, they got everything that was listed under that price point as far as what you will get for this ticket to be the quote unquote VIP, they got it. Now, if you want to argue and say, well, I think that's ridiculous. I would never pay that kind of money to do whatever. That's fine. That's you. But there were dudes who did pay. There are guys who did get the value, who found that there was value in that. Right? The guy that was on the screen on the other video we were just looking, he had on a Mickey Mouse t-shirt. They were reading his post. That guy was one of the VIPs. Young man getting his life together, and he discovered Fresh and Fit. He discovered Justin Waller, and Justin was there. Justin pulled up. He was on the boat. And this guy, I forget his name. Forgive me, brother. I forgot your name. But cool, he's a cool guy. He saw Justin, and he was like, man, I got to meet Justin. Of course, we're going to introduce you. You're a VIP. Hey, Justin, this is one of the VIPs of so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Man, the guy his eyes were getting watery, man. This dude was like, listen. He was like, Justin, listen, I want to tell you something. I was a loser. I was the guy. I was the dude in mom's basement. I had given up on life. I wasn't doing anything, right? You can see it in his eyes. And I'm adding this part. I didn't hear him say this, but they were talking. I didn't hear everything. But I think this guy was thinking about ending it all. You know what I'm talking about? I think he was thinking about that. He was like, no one knew me. I was invisible, right? I had no friends. I had no prospects. I had nothing. But then I saw your content. And it was something, one of Justin's videos before he got, kicked off of YouTube. He like, man, you really saved my life. He's like, now I started my own business. I'm in the gym. I've lost a lot of weight. I have my own place. I'm buying property, right? I'm out here doing the work, and I'm becoming the best version of myself. Bro, I'm standing there watching all this unfold right in front of me on the boats, right? On the top deck. I'm just watching this unfold. And then Justin, gave the guy some love. He pulled him off to the side and he talked to him some more. Like, tell me about your business and da-da-da. Justin must have talked to that man for a good 30, 45 minutes. Right? I don't know about you out there in the real world, but it costs a lot of money to get a consult with Justin. He's a very busy man. He like, bro, I just got into Miami. He left this, his situation, everything he had going on to come get on the boat because Myron and Fresh asked him, and they're good friends. And I'm like, bro, that's very honorable of you. He didn't just do that with that guy. He spoke to every dude who came up to him, every single one. And he talked to them dudes and answered their questions. He didn't try to run off. Right. One point he had to go do something, but he came right back to the guy and like, hey, finish the conversation. This is what they got for that higher price point. Now, to you out there, it might not be worth it. Like, man, I ain't spending that kind of money. I don't care. Okay, that's fine. But to this young man, it was worth every single penny. Every single penny. The guy didn't care about this young dude didn't care about the girls running around and all that. He was there to talk and network and better himself, to be the best version of himself. And that's what he did. And most of the men on there were doing just that. They were networking. You had some guys downstairs that were just partying, having fun, and younger dudes. But then you had a bunch of dudes that were just networking. I was there to network, right? Justin was there to network. We had our generals come down from the Castle Club. We had our brother Larry came down, our general in Boston. He was there. We had our general from Alabama, Jay. He was there. We were just networking, taking care of business. And yeah, we were checking out the women. Of course we were. Right? Like I said, even Uncle Saint was doing what I was doing from the time we were at Vendome, the nightclub, until we went to the after hours. Yeah, I had one that was really gunning for me. But if I were younger, it would have went down. But she lived this way and I lived that way, and I wasn't going to her spot. Nah. I had to get up in the morning. I had to get back to Tampa. So I'm like, nah, that's good. I'll catch you some other time. Got plenty of Instagrams. Like, I don't give up my number no more. I'm like, what's your Instagram? I got their Instagrams. I can send them messages. I can see what they're doing. Next time I'm in Miami, I'll be down in Miami in October. Next time I'm in Miami, I'll hit her up. Like, what's good, girl? And if she wants to come down and see me, we can go ahead and pick up where we left off. And if she doesn't, that's fine. That's fine. But the people who spent that higher price point, those dudes were extremely pleased with their investment. They were happy with what went down. Now, could there be some guys out there who were upset about something? Possibly. I haven't heard anything. They didn't say anything to me. And all the guys in Castle Club can reach me. They didn't say anything to me. So let's listen to what Abba and Preach is talking about.
It was a bit of a random one, but apparently Fresh and Fit had their yacht party. I figured we'd take a look.
Is that a yacht party?
Yeah. Because I was going to put it down to deposit for $1,000, but I decided.
You ain't shit.
No, I did. The reason why I decided not.
You know, this is what they do, and they have an audience. You know, over 2 million subscribers. This is what Abba and Preach does. This is how they make their money. They talk shit. Abba has, you know what I mean, mastered this form of whatever it is that they do. Right? And he's eating. He's doing good. So my whole thing is like, why would you even care about what Fresh and Fit is doing? Well, they're making money off of it. But let's listen to some more.
Not to do it is because I wanted on Myron Gaines' Twitter, and he was basically giving people advice. First time I've been in a nightclub in almost a year. It's incredible to watch talentless women cut the line while men wait, pay thousands of dollars for a section. Then said useless women come in the section, drink the liquor the men paid for so much money for. It's truly a sight to see. This is why I say men and women are not equal.
So that little bit right there. Right, that bit right there. That post that Myron made, he made that post while we were wrapping up the night. I think we were outside of the after hours. That's what it was. He was outside of the after hours. Right? So you can see his post, right? He was outside of the after hours. And what he's talking about, right? He's talking about, wow, all these women got to have this amazing night. They didn't pay a dime. A lot of those women that were on the boat, y'all, and went to the club with us, man, they were problems, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of those women were problems. And you get that. It was one in particular. There was this girl, she was short, she was fat. Man, she was a problem. From the time we left the boat until we had to ride on the party bus to South Beach, from Fort Lauderdale down to South Beach, man, she was a problem. Once we got in the Vendome, got into the club, she was a problem. I'm sitting there like, bro, I'm like hoping they wouldn't let her in. And then when we came out of the club, she was trying to hang out with us. Like, nah, we wouldn't let her back on the party bus. Like, nah, she can't come. Like, she can't come. And her friends were talking mad stuff. Well, where are you going? Just give us the name of the place and we'll just Uber. Like, nah, she can't come. Right? And they were giving Myron a hard time. Me and Myron were both talking. So I'm like, hey, bro, we can't let her on the bus, man. She too wasted, bro. She has to stay. Here's the black girl. Running her mouth if she was just out of pocket. Like, bro, she can't come, bro. And he was like, bet. You know what I mean? He went and talked to her, and then the group was talking to me, like, just tell us where we're going. I gave them the address to some other place. Like, you know, here's the spot. Go there. And the one girl was trying to argue with Myron, and that's why he was frustrated. Like, damn, you get all this stuff. You know, you ain't paying for nothing. You getting all this attention, all this for free, and here you are acting an ass. That's what he was talking about. And he doesn't go out. Myron doesn't go out.
This is why I say men and women are not equal.
So how much was he charging to get on the boat to the man?
1,000 plus. Some of them 3,500.
And how much was the lady charge?
Free. Nigga, can you make this shit up? And I have to check the date because is this an old tweet? No, he literally posted this August 11th.
Nah, B.
Yo, Myron, I don't care what nobody says. I'm starting to like the dude. He is literally fleecing y'all and then doing it in your faces, and you dumb fucks still pay. Y'all deserve to lose your money.
So, like, this is his thing, right? He makes so much money. They make so much money off of Fresh and Fit. And Abba really just loves this. I don't get it. Again, this is a guy who's been challenged. And this is a man who was like, no, I'm a coward. I'm not going to face you, but I'm going to keep talking this shit. Why? Am I to believe that this dude's never been out? I mean, I understand he's Canadian, right? Am I to believe he's never gone to a party? He was in LA. From what I understand, he spent time in LA in the comedy world. He understands that women don't pay to get into events. They don't. In LA, they will charge you if you are not hot. If you are the girl I was talking about, if you were overweight woman or whatever, or you come up to the top end joints in LA and you acting ratchet, they put you in line. They'll make you wait in line for hours. But if you find you got yourself together, you come in, you don't pay, you get right in. They're going to place you in somebody's section. You drinking for free, you eating for free all night. That's how it gets down. It's just LA, when I was in LA, they were very, very hardcore about it. They were very, very hardcore. They will tell you to your face, we're not letting you in. We don't like the way you look. We don't like what you're wearing. We ain't letting you in. And they were serious. These women like, well, I'll pay. Like, no, we ain't letting you in. Abba had to have seen that. If he was in LA, he's seen that. He understands what's going on. So this is intentional. This right here is intentional, right? He knows what he's doing. It's diabolical, as Saint in the Center says, Brother Marquette says, it's diabolical. Jack Black's in the building. What's good, fam? I mean, that's how they make the money, man. That's why they lying. This is how they make their money, bro. Sad.
This dude is disrespectful. Imagine charging his $1,000 to go stare at a bunch of strippers who do not want anything to do with them, okay? And then afterwards getting on Twitter and then mocking the women after he just did the same thing and let them on for free. But this guy spends all day just going on random women.
I mean, like, this is what he does. This is how he makes his money, bro. Like, I can't, like I said, all money ain't good money. You see, Preach ain't got really shit to say about this. This is Abba's thing. I don't know why he's so obsessed with Myron. Maybe he wants the success that Myron has. Imagine if Abba and Preach got demonetized. You'll never hear from them again. If they got demonetized, that's it. You will never hear from them again. It's a wrap. They're done. You know, it's like, hopefully they were smart with the money that they've made over the years. If they got permanently banned on YouTube, they're done. Right? Myron and Fresh get demonetized and they're still out there making money. They're still out there being successful. They're still out there making these things happen. And he's like, well, you know, I didn't charge the women to get on the boat. I'm only charging the dudes. The guys understood that. Like, bro, we don't charge the women to get on the boats. Y'all know how this is. This is a party. What went on that ship is the same thing that goes on in nightclubs across the country. Women get in for free at the top tier stuff. Now, you might be, you know, it's your mom and pop or whatever. You somewhere in Traverse City, you know what I mean? You somewhere in Oklahoma City. Yeah, they're going to charge women to get in $10, $5. Unless it's ladies' night, they get in for free. But if you're in LA, Miami, New York, right? If you're in Vegas and you're a hot woman, you get in for free. That's how it works. That's what guys want. That's what drives the whole thing. If dudes stop the simpleton, right, attitude, if dudes stop doing it, then women would have to pay. I've been to clubs. I've been to like hood joints, and I go in there now. You see it all the time at the low end joints. Women come in there and they're buying their own bottles. And you see the women is like, yeah, they're older. You know, they've got a few extra pounds. You know, like they're not as fine as they used to be. But they in there like, we got our own bottle. We're doing our own thing. Okay, cool. Nobody's trying to holler at them. The only dudes trying to holler at them are the Pookies and Ray Rays. The Dusties are trying to get on. That's it. Them the only ones. But those women are cool because they got their own money. They paying for their own bottles. They doing their thing. I see that in some of the high-end clubs, but the women who are doing it are extremely wealthy, like multi-millionaires. I was in a bar in LA years ago. Shania Latham was in there with her people. And they were popping bottles. And this was like a hole in the wall. We were at the Dime on Fairfax, for anybody who knows what I'm talking about. We were at the Dime on Fairfax. The Dime is still there, if I'm not mistaken. And that's a hole in the wall bar, little neighborhood bar. It's fire, though. They got the best DJs in there. It's fire. They were on there, had a couple bottles. They had a little section doing their thing. And I was like, oh, that's Shania Latham. I was talking to her. I didn't know who she was. My homeboy was like, yeah, that's Shania Latham. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. They were in there doing their thing. They had their little male groupies with them and everything, bro. This is what the boss babes are doing. That's a rarity. Normally, it's when you go into the hood joints and these sisters they're past it, but they still want to go out and they'll buy their own bottle and they'll hang out and do their thing. I see it all the time here in Tampa. Shout out to Status. There's a club called Status that they rock on Thursday nights. It's the hood joint. They be in there going to Status on Thursday night. A third or more of the tables are run by women. Women in there buying their own bottles, doing their own thing. They're all independent. And when that DJ play that song, they all go crazy. They throw their bottles in the air. But when you go into the top tier joint, the women are going to get in there free. You need beautiful women in there. That's what drives it. So the guys who paid to get on this boat, they were happy, man. Open bar, they got food. And as women, if you got game, you're going to be able to holler at these chicks. And if your mission is to smash, you're going to smash something. I already told you what happened with that Colombian woman. She was fine, dressed modestly. She was, man, older. But what she wound up going home with the F-boy.
Twitters when they post pictures of themselves and be like, your dad must be proud that you're such a like. And then he does a party, and what kind of women does he invite? Not the kind of women you should marry, not the kind of women you like to meet to be able to spend the rest of your life with. No. Invites a bunch of stuff.
Right? So what he's saying doesn't make any sense for anybody who knows how this kind of thing works, bro. He keeps saying Myron invited these guys. Myron didn't handle the sourcing of the women. That wasn't Myron. That was someone else's responsibility. That wasn't Myron. Right? He didn't handle that. Right? So, but what Abba is doing, and Saint in the Center is correct, man. Abba is diabolical. He's definitely playing up to his audience. Abba's doing the same thing. Right? He's saying what he's got to say. And then when you sit down and actually had a conversation like we did here in this chat, for all the guys that were saying stuff, we broke it down like, hey, man, let's just do the numbers yourself, bro. I ain't making this up. Do the numbers yourself. Most men don't know this lifestyle. They don't go out. Abba probably is, he knows it existed. He was in Miami, he was in LA. If he was in LA as a comic, then he knew and he knows how this works. He had to have gone to a couple spots. He's been invited to some joints because comics, especially depending on who you're rolling with, can get you into some red carpet shit. So he's seen it. He knows exactly what's going on. So what he's saying is absolutely just disingenuous, bro. But he's playing to his audience. They doing, he's saying what he's got to say, talking about his people. So these people be like, yeah, he's dead. He's bad. Miami bad. Fresh and Fit. Red pill bad. It's like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. If you want to go out, this is how you do it. Right? Myron and Fresh did not say we're going to have some sort of Christian cruise and we're going to pack this thing full of women who are ready to get married. That's not their lane. They didn't say anything remotely close to that. They're like, bro, we about to get lit. We're going to have this boat. We're going to pack it full of women, which they did. And if y'all want to get on this boat, it's $1,000, bro. But it's going to be all you can drink and we got food on there. While supplies last on the food, all you can drink. If you want to come on, it's $1,000, bro. Let's get it. And they did it, right? And the people paid the money. Let's see Alvin Preach have an event. I think they used to do events. I know Flagrant, the guys from Flagrant was talking about how he did some event where Albert Preach, or maybe Albert Preach was there, but put on an event. Take that risk, invest in yourself. Get your people to pay you $1,000 to come do whatever your event is, or get them to pay you $10. Have the event, right? And then come talk this nonsense. Say what you want to say, but Myron and Fresh put together a really good event, and the guys who were present were happy, and the women who came were happy. And again, it wasn't just the boat. It was the nightclub after, and it was the after hours once we were done with the nightclub. Right? They got to meet all of the VIPs who were there. They got to have a good time. They got to network. They got to, share on the brotherhood and have a good time. And if they wanted to holler at these women, they could have. And there were dudes in there hollering at these women. And the guys who were good at that were doing their thing. And the rest of the guys who weren't good at that weren't. That's the bottom line. And Brother Jack Black, like even at American Social, we went there and there was 8 nice looking women surrounding one old guy. That happens all the time. There's a reason they're there. They know what's up. That's life. Perfect. He couldn't say any better. Shout out to you, bro. Hey, just so you know, man, I don't know if you were watching yesterday's episode, but one of my dudes who were out in Cali working at an ATC 9 with all the overtime, he's on track to do $233K this year with all the OT at a smaller VFR tower. 233, bro. Hurry up. Make sure you study when you get to Oklahoma. I'm gonna see you Friday, man. We're gonna get together Friday. I'm gonna text you. We're gonna get together Friday, bro. Make sure you focus. Make sure you stay on point. And what are we talking about here, guys? I'm a retired air traffic controller. Brother Jack Black is recently hired by the FAA, and he has an opportunity to follow my path as an air traffic controller. We got him squared away. He got through the application process. He got offered a position, and now he's going off to training in Oklahoma City. And when he's done, wherever he lands, he's going to be well into the 6 figures. But he's going to have to, work hard and get through the training. I'm so happy for him, man. That's a Don DeMarco if I ever heard one. That's what we doing over here. That's what we doing over here. While Aberrant Preachers over here, talking about Fresh and Fit and worrying about their event and whatever, we over here helping people better themselves, right? Myron and Fresh have started an organization called the Castle Club, and we have the city groups within the Castle Club where we have cities all over the world, where men are helping men become better. Yeah, I mean, we're in LA, we're in Vegas, we're in Miami, we're in Tampa, we're in Atlanta, we're in DC, we're in Charlotte, we're in New York, Boston, just to name a few. Right? Just to name a few, Dallas, Houston, Seattle, just to name a few. We're in Toronto, right? We're about to open up in London, UK tomorrow. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we're going to open UK and make it official. Give us one more week or so. We're going to have Australia open. So Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, all that's going to be going through Australia. We're going to have that opened up. We have men all over the world coming together. What's Auburn Preach doing? I mean, seriously, you're looking at these haters. Like it might have been some haters in here tonight trying to hate or whatever. And we just talking like, hey man, I'm just letting you know this is what it is. Run the numbers, bro. And they're looking at it like, damn, well, was it a ferry or was it a yacht? Hey, bro, I don't know. Tell me the difference. And he told me the difference. The one brother, he told me the difference. I'm like, all right, maybe it used to be a ferry and it was converted to a yacht. But they had like patio furniture and stuff like that. I mean, there were no cheers. It wasn't, it wasn't configured like a ferry. The DJ sound system went throughout the boat. It was a party, man. Like it was a party on the water.
Do you want to see? Like these women did not want to talk to the dudes. If you don't believe me, watch.
Hey, ladies, you guys want to say what's up to the camera? Introduce yourselves. Apparently, you guys are from Czech Republic.
No, definitely not.
So these women didn't want to talk on the camera because they're probably in the country illegally. There were women on board, right? That were worried about IDs when we had to go through security. And it was like, no, you're fine. We don't need to see your passport, just a photo ID. So they were worried about it. There were women on board from all throughout Europe and Eastern Europe. I know it was a couple girls from France. There was some Eastern Europeans. I don't know exactly where they were from, but you can hear the accents. We had Colombians on board, a lot of Latin, a lot of Latin speakers, a lot of people from Central and South America. So Myron's trying to talk to these people, and they're like, look, these girls didn't even want to talk to nobody. These women were hollering at any dudes that walked up to them. There was a language barrier, but if you were patient, you wanted to talk to them, they would talk to you. So what I was saying right there is just a bold-faced lie. They didn't want to be on camera. They didn't want to be on camera. Why? They probably be running scams, right? Anybody who runs from a camera like this, like look at her turning her head like this, she might have some things out there, bro. It might be some people looking for her, right? Seriously. And they know the internet, the internet is wide, right? And people will find you, right? She probably got a husband, bro. She probably got a husband somewhere. She's probably running games. She's like, let me not get on any cameras. That would be my guess. But he's trying to say, oh, these women didn't want to talk to these dudes. Most of the dudes didn't have the game to approach women. And this is another reason why they're on there. They're trying to learn. Right? Man, yeah, I'm going to keep going. I got so much to tell you in a second.
Where are you guys from? Oh, she's scared. It's too late there to get your identities. So look, the Europeans are getting scared. They're running away. Why are you scared? Why are you scared? Why are you scared? Why are you scared? Oh, she don't want to say. She's like, oh shit. I'm here illegally.
I'm here illegally. It's crazy. God damn. They scared. They pussies.
He's like, hey, can we ask you a few questions? Definitely not. Then women showed up basically just to get free liquor.
Yeah.
That's it. They found this free liquor. It's a yacht. And people basically paid $1,000 so they could go stand around and watch these women not be. And you will see it the whole stream. They were not getting play with these women. These women came there to drink so they can pre-drink so they can go to the parties they want to do and be with the guys.
That's not 100% correct. Like I said, a lot of these dudes don't have game like that. Over here, I'm always talking about that 80-20 rule, right? The vast majority of dudes don't know how to talk to women, and they are very awkward. They don't know how to handle these type of situations. About the minority of dudes out there, right? The 20% or whatever, they know what to do. Those guys were doing well, right? Those girls, those European girls, they didn't want to talk on camera. Shit, they was talking off camera, right? They was getting it in. They were having a good time. Guy walked up and they see a dude that they like, they're gonna talk to that dude. Right? Just keeping it 100. Were there women on there like, man, ain't no guys on here I'm trying to holler at? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. That was the case. There was some, but there were also women out there who wanted attention and wanted to get it in. And if you had any kind of game whatsoever, they're gonna holler at you because they stayed with us the entire night. Right? They were trying to get it in. So Abba knows the difference. He knows, bro. He knows what he's doing. He like I said, now he's just outright lying. He wasn't there. You're looking at this video. Someone scrubbed that entire live stream and they cut it down and they keep using the same things. Like, whoa, let's use this clip right here because there's no one sitting down. Because you'll say there's no one there. Well, they were all waiting to get in. Now everywhere Myron moves, there's people. Well, they're just sitting around not doing nothing. Have you ever been to a party, bro? It's like that when you fucking 8 years old. You go to a party when you're 8 years old. What are the kids doing? They're all sitting around. Right? That's never changed. It's never going to change. Right? Did the women get up and dance? Absolutely. Absolutely. They were dancing upstairs on the deck with me. Outside, they were dancing in the front of the boat. Outside, they were dancing in the heat. Then at the bottom, the very entry, like the first deck, they had mad chairs and tables set up. Because again, this is a party boat for like dinner and stuff like that. They had mad chairs and tables set up. They were down there chilling, start moving around. They hear their song, they get up or whatever, and then they sit back down again. This is how parties go, bro. But again, I have no idea. I mean, for money. And again, this is a guy who's talking to a dude who has challenged him publicly. Hey, man, let's get into the ring. Let's handle this. And this dude, this Abba guy, he's running from it. He is a coward.
They actually want to be with. So imagine you are essentially not even the appetizer. You are part of the ambiance while they enjoy their appetizer so they can go be with the real men they want.
Terrain biblo, G.
Yo!
Terrain biblo.
What does that mean?
You know, when your mama, she got like a living room, and she got them figurines on the cupboards, and the figurines, they're like made out of porcelain and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the point of those figurines is really just to collect dust. It's not.
So they're basically just ornaments hanging around.
Yes.
And again, Preach was on Sosnick, man. Adam Sosnick was like, hey, man, if you got a problem with these dudes, they was talking big. Myron and Fresh said something about Preach's wife, and he shouldn't have said that. He was wrong. And Myron and Fresh apologized and all that. They did a stream. They apologized for it. They were wrong. Preach was like, yeah, I'm coming down. I'm going to be in Miami, doing like little videos and stuff like that. And all of their followers, all of the little sheep that follow Abba and Preach was like, oh, Preach is going to go do something. Preach didn't do shit. And then, you know, again, you fast forward to he's sitting in Fort Lauderdale talking to Adam Sosnick, and Sosnick's like, man, I could set that up for you. You saying you're going to box these dudes, you're going to beat these dudes, you ready to rock these dudes for no money. Like, he like, man, I could set that up for you right now. Marquette from Saint the Center, same thing. When all this was jumping off, like, bro, we could set this up for you right now. However you want to make it happen, I guarantee you your safety. Only person going to put hands on you is Myron. Like, you could put hands on him, he can put hands on you. These dudes, they talk this shit because they want the money, but when properly challenged, they think it's okay to be a coward and walk away from it. That's not cool. That's not cool. And they stay on it. They stay on it. This is men. This is not how to move as a man in this existence. Don't do it. Cowards have no honor. That's still a thing.
Got you. I don't care what nobody says. This is OnlyFans for male creators.
Yes.
These dudes are simping to the nth degree. And I don't want to hear none of you red pill dudes ever mock a woman selling her farts when these dudes paid $3,000 to be trinkets and ornaments while strippers dance with each other.
For nothing.
Never again. Red pill dudes can never.
These two girls right here, and the girl who's bent over with the glass in her hand, she was at the nightclub getting loose. She was dancing with dudes, the very same dudes that were on the boat. She was dancing. Like, in fact, if you can see right there in the background, there's a guy that's a cameraman all the way like in the background. I don't know if you can see my cursor right here. There's a cameraman. That dude was on these two chicks in Vendome. I mean, just getting the dance. I mean, they was having a good time. They was doing their thing. Like, they were getting loose on the boat. By the time we got to Vendome, it was on. And if you had any kind of game whatsoever, these chicks was coming to the crib, going to the telly. But these guys don't have, most of these guys just don't have that game yet. They're going to get there. We're going to get them there. It ain't that hard, especially today. These women, I've never seen. It's never been easier just to have uncommitted sex with women, bro. They're giving it away out there for sure, bro. Like it's insane what they doing, and I ain't mad. If your goal is just to go out here and smash, run rotations, boy, was popping off. The women on this boat, not all of them, but there was a good chunk of women on this boat who was out. They was down for it. There were women who left, right? There were women who were like, all right, I got my drinks and my food or whatever. I'm out of here. Fine, no problem. But the women who got on the party bus and went to Vendome, they was trying to get it in. Trying to get it in, bro. Like, how many people stand up for hours while drunk, bro? It's crazy, man, how they do it. And they just, again, these guys aren't used to being shot down. They're afraid to take the L. And like we said, bro, if you were a guy on this boat and all you did was walk around to each woman and say, hey, how you doing? Just talk to them. If you just would have ran the numbers, eventually you would have got a girl who was like, bet, let's go do something. And by doing something, I mean like, yeah, I'll go out with you, or let's go get a drink after, or whatever. If you were on this boat and you walked around, it's just like, what's good? And you just talked to every woman you saw to say, hey, after this, you coming to Vendome, or hey, after this, let's go get a drink at so-and-so. It's not as loud, it's kind of cool. There were like 150, 200 women on the boat. Eventually, you'd have got one to say, okay. If you were just trying to get numbers, you probably would have every fifth or sixth girl would have been like, all right, here's my Instagram. You'd have got that. At least you got a shot, right? If you just run the numbers. But again, I've been preached. They're doing whatever it is they do, bro. It's hard to watch cowards working.
Never speak on it unless they've spoken on this party in the way he does it.
All the men are looking for bitches, all the girls are looking for. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Even the guys who talk about women, throw them out, call them bimbos. At the end of the day, when they organize an event, they call all them bimbos in because they know there's no other way to draw in men. So you guys love to obsess with these women. Love to talk shit about them. Talk about how bad. But you know what you guys are? You guys are the dudes in middle school who hate on a woman you actually have a crush on.
Abba is that guy. That's how he can speak on it so well, man. Abba's the dude that'll come into your house and hit on your wife. Abba's the dude who'll try to make a move on your girlfriend. There are a lot of guys like that. In the comedic world, especially these stand-up comics, bro, there's no honor. They'll try to get on with your chick. They have no idea. They don't care. Abba's that guy. Abba's the type of dude, like you bring him into your house, he'll try to make a move on your woman. This is why you need to stay away from certain dudes like this. You got to stay away from cowardly dudes, man. He's too afraid to go out there and try to just get on with a woman himself. So he's going to go and wait. Why? It's easier for him to do it that way. It's easier for him to come into your world because he doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to make the approach. He doesn't have to, prove his worth, show his value. You vouching for him. He's using that social circle game. And he's going to come in there and he's going to try to run up on your chick. He's going to be feeding her alcohol, trying to dance with her and stuff like that. That's that dude. That's that dude. And there's a lot of dudes like that. A lot of guys. Right? I mean, this is just how these dudes move, bro. Y'all got to be, and he's not wrong about what he just said about these guys who, will pay all his money, whatever. You look at Fresh and Fit, After Hours. Those dudes will be on there talking mad craziness, talking shit about the women on After Hours. You see the same thing on Michael Certain's show, like the Access Vegas. These dudes will be talking mad shit about the women on there, right? But what do? They go straight to their OF accounts, right? What do? They go right to their Instagram and start cash apping them money. These same dudes. Why? Because they have no courage. These dudes don't know how to go holler. They don't, it's easy for them. They're afraid to do it in real life. And he's right about that. There's a lot of guys in that Fresh and Fit world. These dudes aren't in Castle Club or anything like that. These dudes aren't trying to get better. This is how they move. They're like Abba. This is how Abba moved before he got bread. I guarantee you, this is how he moves. He's just like these dudes, right? That's why he knows so much about it. He's talking about himself. There are dudes out there, and that's one of the things I'm like, man, y'all talking all this stuff, but you sending all this money to these chicks. Like you're subscribed to their OF, man. What are you doing? This is too easy. Stop, man. Work on yourself. Get out here, get some game, learn how to go talk to these women. But they're simpletons, man. Nothing you can do about it. So it is what it is. Like it is what it is. So he ain't wrong about what he's saying about that. But hey, man, that ain't Myron and Fresh's fault. These dudes want to get on the boat. That's the first step. Let's get from behind the computer. I'm gonna get you on the boat. I'm gonna fill this boat up with women. Now what you gonna do, player? What's your next move? And there are dudes on there who were talking, and there are dudes on there who weren't. Brother Penny, like that explains why he was dancing with Destiny's then wife. Melina. Yeah, exactly. And he does that with these type dudes, right? You guys, this is why I tell you, you got to be a man and walk your own path. These type dudes, right? These are the dudes you need to stay away from. Cowardly ass men, stay away from them. This guy will start some shit, run back to you and say, hey man, I got to go by, leave. The dudes he started the shit with will see y'all. And now you got to deal with his problem. He done caused some problems and ran away. Now y'all got to deal with the problem. That's the type of dude he is. There are a lot of men out there like that. This is the type of dude that'll go up and talk to someone's woman, not knowing that it's somebody else's woman. When that dude shows up, he gonna just bow down like a little punk and just say, oh, my bad, I didn't know that was your people, bro. Apologies or whatever. And if the guy want to get big and start talking like, oh, we could take care of that too, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you got to fuck her, you got a problem with me, let's handle it right now. He ain't gonna do that. He's gonna run back to his homeboys and then run out the spot. And them dudes gonna come looking at y'all. Stay away from this type of man. Stay away from him. Don't bring him around your people. Don't bring him into your spot, because he will try to holler at your women.
Never forget, these are the people that say women are illogical. They traveled far and wide, paid thousands of dollars so they can just hang out and just be like, boys being boys. Yeah. Booty queen. Just boys.
Even with this stuff, you can see the women in the background, bro. Myron don't go out, man. They just out having a good time. These dudes are like, whatever. They hanging out with Myron. This is what they want to do. You see, Uncle Saint wasn't in the circle. I was upstairs chilling, right? I don't do that. But they wanted to, Myron doesn't drink. Fresh don't drink like that. Myron was doing shots. Like, I'm going to do shots. He made an announcement. You know, everybody came around. He was doing shots. They was jumping around, whatever. They having a good time, man. They letting their hair down at this party. They had a successful event, right? Again, I've been preached. Why don't y'all do an event? Just do an event. Right? But you're not going to do it because you're afraid, right? You're afraid to fail. And cowards will always be cowards. It's far easier to talk about someone else and try to mock their success or try to point out their failures when you just sit back, wrapped up in your nice, comfy comforter, and you ain't doing shit. Get out there, bro. Get out there. If he was doing stand-up, I bet he ain't doing stand-up now. And this dude got a following. This dude should be able to get into any club he want. 2 million plus subscribers, right? But the thing is, you ain't got to be funny to get on stage, and he knows he's probably not funny, and he doesn't want to get on stage because he's a coward, and he knows it's going to leak out. And it's like, yeah, dude's garbage. And all he has to do is work on it. It ain't even hard to be funny these days, bro. Stand-up is just, the bar is so low these days. But if you're a coward, you're afraid to do everything. You're afraid to do everything. You're afraid to get out there and make yourself better. You're afraid to go out there and take the chance, right? You will never be an airborne type motherfucker. You ain't jumping. You ain't jumping out that door. You ain't jumping into the black. It's out. We jump at night. You don't know what's out there. The unknown. You ain't doing that. Cowards don't do that. But he's going to sit back here, make all his money, talk all this shit, and been challenged by this man. Myron has challenged him more than once, and all he wants to do is talk about Myron, but he doesn't want to get into the ring with him, right? You're going to leave millions of dollars, potentially, millions of dollars of earnings on the table. All you got to do is climb into the ring with this man. You could probably even say, we're only going to do 3 rounds. Myron to take it. He'll take that. 3 rounds, fine, let's do it. He's a coward, bro. And now y'all people listening to these dudes, after you listen to it or whatever, go back and think about what they're saying. Ask yourself, why is it they're not out there trying to do something? Why is it they're not out there trying to better people? You know how many incels follow these dudes? You know how many dudes are out there fucked up to follow them? How come they ain't trying to help these dudes out? Ask yourself that.
He's being boys. Booty queen. Booty queen. Boys. Booty queen. Just boys being boys. Booty queen. Booty queen. Boys. Booty queen.
Girl right there.
Just boys being boys. Booty queen. booty queen, boys, booty queen. Just being boys. Yeah.
Big Mo trying to get it in. I see you, Big
Queen.
Mo. And just so y'all know, Big Mo is down like 165, 170 pounds since he's been walking with Myron and Fresh, because Myron is helping him lose weight and he's keeping it off. His weight is steady going down. He done lost a human, 160 something pounds. He walking up and down the steps on this ship. It was hot on that boat, y'all. He's walking around up and down in the ship carrying equipment. And he was like, bro, I've never felt this good. I can't remember feeling this good. And he's still losing weight. That's what Myron Gaines is doing. That's what Fresh is doing, helping men get better. What is Alba and Preach doing? Talking shit. There were more women on this ship than there were men, period.
Booty queen, booty queen.
I never heard that.
That's a jail anthem. That's a jail anthem. Booty queen, booty queen, booty queen.
Them dudes out there partying, having a good time, man.
Booty queen. Just boys being boys. Booty queen, booty queen. Boys, booty queen. Just boys being boys.
Pause.
Yo, I traveled here all the way from Alaska so I can look at these whores, man. Yeah. Yo, look at these whores, bro.
Again, man, why don't you put together something, bro? Just do something. Why don't y'all have an event? It could be comedy. It could be dance, right? You could do like a hip hop event or something. It could be something cultural. If you were highbrow, why don't you have some sort of art fair or something like that? You know what I mean? Like, why don't you put together some sort of, you're a nerd, put together some sort of con. Do like a cosplay thing. Right? Do some sort of art festival or some sort of film festival if you want to be highbrow, but do something. You just sitting around talking shit about people who out here doing something and being successful. Can't respect it, bro. Can't respect it, man. Cowards get no respect, bro.
Hey, look at these, bro.
Yo,
Come on, yo, look at these.
yo.
What? What's wrong?
Calm down.
What you mean, calm down?
Go over there.
Go over where?
Yo, go over
Do you know
there.
how far I traveled here? I pay $1,000.
Lightning, brother.
Yeah. Preachers like quit acting gay. Yo, man, Alba might have a crush on Myron, bro, to be honest with you. Look at preachers telling him, like, get off me, bro. Back up. You can see this is Alba pushing this stuff, not Preach. Like, get off me, man. You acting gay, bro. Back up. Should just come out the he should just come out the what you call it? Come out the closet. You know what I mean? Say no celebrities, plenty of false promises though, bro. Like, hey man, all right, cool. Like I said, I was on the boat. If we're talking about celebrity, A-list celebrity and all that, you're right. Yeah, there were no celebrities on there. Brad Pitt went on there. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have, 50 Cent went on there. But for that world, for the Mano Swamp world, for the Red Pill world, yeah, Tony Sotomayor was on there, bro. Like I said, Justin Wilder was on there, man. There's a couple dudes that I recognize, but I don't know. But they're a part of that world. And for the guys who attended this event, they were real happy with the people they got to meet. When we were at Vendome, our section was just a couple sections over from YG, right? So you had YG in the house plus all his people. And there was some other folks in there that I didn't recognize because I don't know the hip hop world like that. I'm too old, right? And you're right in there with them. Like YG's bottles are coming out. They got to go right past our section. You see them right up there. So it is what it is. Yeah, it was fried chicken. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When I saw the food, I was like, oh, bro. But hey, man, the food's there. And I didn't eat there. I always eat before because, like I said, I'm a foodie, bro. So I'm gonna go grab me a bite to eat before I even get there. And where did I eat? I kept it low key. I think I ate at Friends. It's like my favorite bodega in Miami. It's like a bodega style restaurant kind of thing. I ate at Friends. So I had already, I lied to you. It wasn't Friends. I was with a buddy of mine watching the basketball game. Was watching the gold medal round downtown. I forget the name of it, In the Black or something like that. And I had chicken quesadilla where we ate there. And then we went to the Red Phone booth, had a cigar. If you guys are in Miami, the Red Phone booth, you want to check that out. It's fire. It is a membership cigar joint, but they let non-members in. It's a cool spot. We went there, had a cigar, and then I went up to the event. But like I said, bro, The food was there. I would have definitely moving forward. I'm like, hey man, spend a little extra money, man, and actually get, proper, have the chef there, get like a young chef and find out how much it is to have him there. But they didn't have the space to have the warmers and all that kind of stuff there too. So it was really difficult to get the kind of spread that I would want because there was limitations on that ship. But you got a point there. Got to take the good with the bad. And that was one of the bad right there. When I saw the chicken, I was like, bro. I was like, is that what we got? Fried chicken, and I don't know what else they had. I didn't eat anything there. But like I said, bro, for the people who paid for the experience, they were happy. Simple as that. The event was successful. Simple as that. Right? Abba and Preach. I would love to see them do something. And let's see if they can be successful.
I'm gonna get some booty. I'm here for a reason. Look at these horses, bro. Come here and look at them.
Yo, get the fuck
off. Some gay shit, bro.
What do you mean?
Get the fuck off.
I thought we was boys.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Boys, man. There's a bed over there.
Hey, yo,
you don't want to lay your head on my chest?
It's just boys being boys.
Yeah, that shit ain't gay.
Yo, put your jacket on so we can match.
Okay. Yeah. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
That shit is upside down. It's inside out. No. Put it properly.
You want to dress me? Come on, put it on me, baby.
So that's what they do, man. That's enough. That's what they do. They got a shit ton of views off of that, bro. A shit ton. How many views they got? At 989,000 views in 2 days. That's good bread. They got money, right? They're eating off of Fresh and Fit. They are eating. There's another one out there. Jesus Christ, bro. I think in the past 2 days, there's probably 4 or 5 or 6 videos out here, but they're eating. And this is apparently what people want to see. They're not a part of that world. Like, this dude right here or this person right here talking about how was the fried chicken? It must have been good because it didn't last long, right? It was gone pretty quick. I didn't eat, but I saw the spread. And like I told you, I was like, ooh, even if we're going to go with fried chicken, maybe we could have done something better with the presentation, maybe wrap the foil in something, made it prettier or whatever. But hey, man, you do that on the next one. I was on the first yacht party that Myron and Fresh did about 2.5 years ago, whatever. When they hit 1 million, I was on that party boat as well. And same thing, packed full of women. The food was comped. It was open bar. That party boat was configured differently. This was out of Miami. It was a great time. It was just cold that night. It was one of the coldest nights in the history of Miami. It was cold that night. But that was the only thing. So no one went up top. Everyone was downstairs. Definitely more people doing this event. But that event was cool. There was a couple hiccups and they fixed those hiccups for the next yacht party. And then they had this yacht party. So it's been like, since it's been 3 yacht parties. 3 yacht parties on big ships. And then you don't even count the ones that Fresh goes. Fresh is always on somebody's boat. It's always these out in the marina, in the harbor on some people's boat. There's always a ton of women there. And those women don't have to pay for anything. Those women don't have to bring bottles. Those women don't have to bring food. They just show up with their bikinis and they twerk and whatever, and it is what it is. But again, they had a successful event. The people who paid for that event will definitely come again. Pause. Right? They'll do the next one. These guys are providing events that their membership wants. These guys and they're doing a good job. They're succeeding. Period. So it is what it is. For those who want to hate, go ahead and hate. But as far as Abba and Preach goes, especially Preach, be careful following cowards. Right? Be careful. Like, bro, for real. You coming after this guy, you coming after Myron, you saying all this stuff, you doing all these things, you're preying on their downfall, you're making money while you're doing it. You're doing everything you can to rile this guy up, but you refuse to answer his challenge to meet him in the ring so y'all can handle y'all business. The challenge is out there. You can't say you don't know what's there. So all you can do is run from it. Why are you running from it? Right? And those people who follow Abba and preach, they're cowards as well. So it is what it is. Birds of a feather, they flock together. Anybody who tries to justify someone being a coward, a man being a coward, that has to be a coward himself. There's a lot of talk in the chat tonight about, the food and celebrities and the type of ship it was and what the women were like and da. I saw that. That's cool. But no one in the chat was even trying to justify Abba being a coward. Why don't y'all ask him about that? Ask him why he refuses to get into the ring. It's safe. You're going to have on gloves. You can put on your helmet. You can train. You get to pick the date. You can pick the place. There's people going to help you set it up. You can make a bundle of money and you get to prove yourself to yourself and you get to answer the call. This man has challenged you. Myron Gaines has challenged you man to man. Let's meet in the ring. Let's handle this. And you have been running for over 2 years. Can't respect that, bro. Can't respect that, bro. Somebody riddle me that. What is this, high school? This isn't high school, bro. This is real life, bro. This is it. This is real life. If someone challenges you, man, you got to answer the call, bro. You see what I mean? This is what's wrong with today's man. Y'all are way too soft, bro. Everybody gets a trophy and you know what I mean? It's okay to be a coward. It's okay to be loose as a woman. Nah, y'all got it twisted, bro. Y'all got it twisted. Right? You don't agree, so you will meet and fight. It's not about not agreeing, bro. It's about the disrespect that Abba coming into Myron's home, talking that madness, refusing to sit down and explain it away. And then this kind of stuff. There's videos out there right now, man. He's saying that Myron's gay. He's showing all these pictures. He's talking big stuff. At what point do you do something about it, my friend? Sucker free gear. At what point do you do something about it? Because Abba is on some sucker shit right now. He's really on that, bro. He's on some, it's cowardice, bro. At what point do you like, hey, man, I got to answer this call. Let me go see this guy. It's not like you're going to lose your life. It's not pistols at dawn. It's not sabers on horseback. They used to do that back in the day, by the way. They used to do that. Men would defend their honor in the honor of their family, their wives, children, all that, with their lives. Now, I'm not calling for that. I don't want to see anybody lose their life over it, but definitely got to get into the ring. Definitely got to get into the ring. You definitely got to get into the ring, bro. So my thing is this, bro. That's cool. If you want to follow cowards, go right ahead. Right? That's America's biggest problem is we're victims of our own success. About 1% of Americans serve in the United States military. And even less than that actually go and do America's business, actually go down range, actually have to, you know what I'm saying? Actually get out there and engage the enemy. So I think historically, going back to the beginning of our country, I think it's less than 8% is actually ever served. But back in the day, man, America is here because of heroic Americans. People willing to answer the call. That's why America is here. Now, again, I'm not saying go out there and I'm not asking you to go get into the trenches, right, in Ukraine. I'm not asking you to go over to the Middle East and do America's business. I'm not saying any of that. But I am saying as a man, if you get challenged by a man, you got to answer that call, bro. We're not saying let's get into the alley, have an alley fight. No, we're going into the ring. We're going to make a bunch of money, right? Why would you not want to go get the bag? If it's about money, just let it be about money. Just go ahead, just let it be about money. But you want to continue to aggravate this guy and rile this guy up and say these things and make these accusations, lie on this man's name. And the man calls you out like, yo, let's handle this. And then you run. That's cowardice, man. That's cowardice, and that's not acceptable anywhere in this existence. It's not. Maybe one day, you know what I mean? Hundreds of years from now, maybe that'll be acceptable. but it's not acceptable today. So I don't know how if y'all want to rock, you rock who you want to rock with, bro. I ain't mad at you. That's who you deal with. I don't watch that content. I watch this because of the boat party and everything. But I don't rock with them guys. I don't support them guys. I don't watch their content. They can do what they want to do over there. But I am just curious as to why he refuses to answer the call. I cannot, and I just will not ever accept that. And if you rocking with a coward, man, and like I say, man, birds of a feather, they flock together. We are not wild like back in the day. We had law to live. We ain't wild. I don't know what you talking about. We just as wild as we ever been in America, bro. Do you watch the news? What are you talking about, player? And again, I'm not saying going out there and pistol play. I ain't saying that. If a man challenges you, bro, are you gonna stand your ground? The man said, let's meet up, let's get into the ring, you pick the date, let's make it happen. What's wrong with that? No one's gonna lose their life, bro, and everybody's gonna get paid. What's wrong with that? Right? What? I'm confused. I'm confused, player. I'm confused. Are you telling me right now it is acceptable to be a coward? Is that what you're telling me? I mean, I'm serious. Is that what you're telling me? An American warrior, a man so eager to get to the fight that he jumps out of airplanes behind enemy lines just so he can get some. Are you telling me, right, that it is acceptable to be a coward and run from another man that you are agitating and fucking with constantly? You telling me that's okay? Serious, bro. Speed shifter. You telling me that's okay? You know, as far as you say, it's not like back in the day. What you mean back in the day? I'm not saying handle it the way we handled it when I was coming up, bro. I'm not saying do that. And that wasn't that long ago. I'm only in my 50s. The way we said, someone like Abba, bro, Ben done took care of that. We would have been done took care of that. We didn't have social media, bro. Somebody will absolutely pull up on you. And it happens to this day. There are people out there talk shit about the wrong folks. Be glad that Myron is not a hood dude. Be glad. Because trust me, bro, people will pull up, man, don't care where you at. Oh, you in Canada? We can get there as Drake. You know what I mean? And that was whatever that happened with his own people. That might have been internal, but man, people will come find you, but they'll pull up on you. They will come see you. Like, it is what it is. Right. Jack Black, you're right, man. We do need to go back to the old days. Again, I'm not saying, defend it with your life, man, but you got to stand up for yourself, bro. You got to stand up for yourself, man. You know what I mean? No professional boxer box in the streets like pieces of crap. That's the whole point, Speed. The challenge is to meet in the ring. Myra's not a professional boxer. Abba's not a professional boxer, to my knowledge. The challenge is to meet in the ring, fam. That's the challenge. As far as pulling up, Myron's former law enforcement. He ain't gonna pull up like that. Just grab him. Like, there's people who will, but Myron ain't one of them dudes. But again, y'all haven't answered my question, bro. Is it acceptable to be a coward? If that's the rule, if that's the law that you live by, if that's your code, then that is absolutely a problem. That is absolutely a problem. Myron ain't saying, let's go out back and fight, although Myron would accept that. Myron and Fresh told Abba and Preach, we could get into the ring. We could set a date. We could train. Myron was like, we could do it. Myron told Abba, man, we could do it how you want to do it. But the offer is to get into the ring. You can train. You can make a ton of money off of this. But he's not doing it. That's cowardice, man. That's cowardice. That's unacceptable, my friend. That's unacceptable. And if that's how y'all live, then America's lost anyway. If that's how y'all live, right, when it gets bad and it turns to shit, y'all food for real. You talking about laws. What happens when the laws go away? What are you going to do then? Who are you going to call for help? As a man, you got to be able to stand on your own and protect you and yours, fam. But I don't want to go down that road. You know what I mean? Right, brother Penny, like trigger fingers turn into Twitter fingers. Yeah. I mean, some of these dudes still about that, man. Look what happened to Julio Fulio. That happened just, you know what I mean, about 5-6 miles away from me. Look what happened to Julio Fulio, man. There's people out here who still knuckleheads and on some crazy shit. I don't endorse that at all. That's insane. But how about you just go into the ring? No, you don't want to go into the ring? You don't want to go into the ring and face the very guy that you out here tormenting. You don't want to do that? And I tell you why he doesn't want to do that. If he goes into the ring and he loses, right? That's it. No more credibility. He is who he is. I mean, I would give him credit for being brave enough to do it. I'd be like, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. You know what I mean? That guy got heart. That's what's up. But he is afraid, like all cowards. He's like, if I lose, I could lose everything. That's probably what it is. He's afraid. And Myron would deal with the guy off camera. He's like, bro, you can get into the ring. We ain't even got to film it. We ain't got to talk about it, man. Just come see me. We'll make it safe or whatever. We'll have people in there. Just come see me. He could do that. They don't even have to be on camera. Right? He going to get beat up a little bit. He can just take a vacation. When he heals up, come back. He's good to go. But he won't even do that. He's a coward, man. I mean, bro, yeah, Jack, he's afraid to put on gloves, man. Some people do just to train, just to work out, man. Just put the gloves on the shadow box, bro. You know what I mean? Spar with somebody, just touch gloves. They afraid to do that, man. Cowards, man. This is forget all the YouTube stuff. Forget all the money, bro. Y'all need to be very leery of cowardly men. It's in every text, right? You can go back to the beginning when men were able to write, no one respects a coward. No one. So that's it, bro. And like I said, I asked a question. No one put in there. Is it acceptable to be a coward? No one's like, yeah, it's great to be a coward. No one's put it in the chat. So y'all even know what time it is, bro. Ain't nobody saying let's pull up, drive by, behind a bar, knife fight. Nah, get into the ring. Stand on your square. Stand on your square. You know what I mean? He was like, oh yeah, bro, I'm from the Natty, bro. Avondale right here. Come on, cuzzo. You know how we get down. If you from Ohio, right, you know how we get down. Ohio ain't changed that much since I left. I'm from the Natty, bro. Avondale. I spent my time in Avondale, Bond Hill, Candy Heights, the Fact. That's where my people at. That's where I grew up. That's what I was dealing with. Ain't nobody running from nobody, bro. Cincinnati too small. You got to go deal with that. You got a problem with somebody, you better go find them. Right now. Not now, but right now. And it wasn't about no ring either. I wish it was just going into the ring. I wish. Nah, bro. Ohio, where in Ohio are you from, homie? Nah. And you talking about money? These dudes can make, literally, they can get up into the millions for this event if they were to do it. They can get into the millions. So it's about money. He said, absolutely go in there. Look at the Paul boys. I'm not saying like make a career out of it. You got one man, one fight. Right? You got a problem with one dude. Get into the ring with that dude because he called you out. So if you run from it, you're a coward, period. That's just how it is. I got to go. I got stuff to do in 30 minutes. That boat party was off the chain. Yacht party, big ship party, whatever you want to call it. It was off the chain. Shout out to Myron and Fresh. We had a good time. There will be another one. And that one will be even better, right? And even when we do the next one, I will be more involved in the planning on that one. I promise you that. Even when we do the next one, I'm here to tell you, when we do the next one, we're going to improve. The food will be better. It won't be fried chicken in a, you know what I mean, in the little aluminum container thing. We're going to do better with the food. I promise you that. But when people say, are you going to have quality women there? No, you're not going to get quality women to come to that type of event. That's just not going to happen. It's going to be more women than men, and the men are going to have to pay. That's how it is. Let's see. We can end with this. Sucker free. Imagine if Stephen Hawking and other intellectuals resolve intellectual beefs by throwing hands. Will we all be stuck learning rudimental math to this day? Winning the fight doesn't make you right. But you got to understand, bro, even the men at Cambridge. And if Stephen Hawking had use of his body and someone challenged him physically, he would take care of that. Stephen Hawking would absolutely take care of that. So, bro, it doesn't matter, bro. It just, especially in Europe, you know what I mean? Cambridge guys, Oxford guys, back in the day when it came to, you know, their honor, bro, they would step up to the field of honor. Absolutely. It doesn't change their work. It's brilliant minds. Right? You don't think that Einstein had to fight? You don't think that Einstein had to protect himself and his family before he got out of Germany? Are you high? Bro, I'm here to tell you, man, you cannot condone cowardice in any form as a man. If you do, you fail. Like, you from Indiana. You know, we have boxing, underground, hood, backyard days. Bro, same thing. That's what I'm talking about. So based on what you're saying right here, Speed, if someone challenges you, you're going to answer the call, correct? Again, we ain't talking about pistol play. We ain't talking about shanking. Come on, man. We're going to get in the ring. We're going to put these gloves on. We're going to handle this. We're going to handle this. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Abba is a coward. And he's out here trying to stir shit up, making money off a guy, making all these false allegations, calling him all kind of things, and he refuses to stand on his square. You cannot condone that. Cowardice is cowardice, bro, period. And if y'all believe that it's okay, then it just shows where we are. I could not disagree with you more. Cowards will not pick up arms and toe the line when it's time, right? When Putin's Russian army invaded Ukraine, the cowards ran and the heroes picked up their weapons and they stopped the Russians. And look at them now. They pushed into Russia. Putin don't know what to do, right? Cowards don't do that. Heroes do. And that's all I'm saying, bro. No matter how far we get with all of our technology, at the end of the day, when the bullies come, when the Huns are at the door, when the barbarians are threatening the village, you're going to have to defend yourself. And if you're unwilling to go into a situation where you're safe with gloves on and stand your ground when you know you're wrong, then we absolutely know we can't count on you when the time comes to defend our nation, to defend our way of life, to defend your house, to defend your family. You're going to run like a coward and you're going to leave your family to the Huns. You're going to leave your family to the barbarians. This is why it's so important. Don't be a coward, guys. India. I'm sorry, bro. My bad. You from India. I'm sorry. I'm looking at a lot of stuff and my bad. You from India. My bad. Here's what it is. In India, bro, I haven't been to India. I've worked with some guys, some Pakistanis and some Indians when I was in the military on some missions that I can't really talk about. But them boys were crazy. You know, Einstein leaving Germany is not standing up to the Nazis. Could be considered cowardice. Pick your fights. Einstein didn't have an army, right? Einstein standing up to the brown shirts, you know what I mean, before the Gestapo, before the SS. Einstein standing up to the bullies in his neighborhood, right? Einstein having the foresight to see that this is bad. Let me protect my family. Let's get out of here, right? Now, to say that it was cowardice for Einstein to leave a situation that he knew was bad for his family, nah, that's disingenuous. That's disingenuous right there. And how many Jewish men left Germany only to return in American uniform, right, to fight the Nazis on the battlefield? But again, my point still stands. I guarantee you that Einstein had to put his hands up and defend himself. I guarantee you that was a different time. That's how dudes got down. I guarantee it, bro. I could be wrong. But I'm gonna have to wrap this up. I really got to go now. But you know what I mean? If you guys want to defend cowardice, go right ahead. Right? Yeah. Fencing, sabers, pistols are done, all that. If you guys want to defend cowardice, man, go right ahead. If you want to rock with a coward, go right ahead. I just will say this. Be careful. Right? Be careful. And so long as you know that when it gets bad and it's time to do something, that guy's going to run. Just so you know that guy ain't got your back. If you understand that and accept that, then okay, man, go ahead. Rock with who you want to rock with. Yeah, we did. I think that was Jackson. I think that was Andrew Jackson. And I forget. I think it was Burr that he had to do with and actually shot. I think that's who it was. And I think he was senator or something like that at the time. I don't know. We have to look that up. You know what I mean? We have to look that up. Yeah. And, it's just one of those things, bro. It's just, my thing is, I don't understand cowardice. I just don't understand it. I just don't. There it is. It was Burr. So, hey man, there it is what it is. Like I said, man, if you're gonna rock with a coward, just know that you got a coward in your group, and understand that he's gonna run and he's gonna leave you there. He doesn't have your back. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Myron and Fresh, and we've already had some scrapes. And I tell you what, Myron ain't going nowhere. Fresh ain't going nowhere. We're right there, ready for it. It is what it is. Let's do what we gotta do. You know what I mean? So I'd rather walk with honorable men who aren't afraid, men who are not cowards. There's a difference between being a coward and being afraid. I was afraid every time I jumped out the aircraft, man. Every time I jumped as a paratrooper, I was afraid. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was hard. It's hard to do that. You know what you're doing. It's crazy, right? But I pushed through it. I pushed through the fear and I did it, and I enjoyed it, right? When I was deployed, I was afraid. Being on guard duty, I was afraid, right? Being in scrapes on the streets, first time I ever got shot at, I was scared to death, right? But you got to do what you got to do, bro. You got to face the threat. You got to face the threat, man. It is what it is. So appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm done. I won't be doing a lot of stuff on Album Preach. I won't. You know, if you guys come over here, we're talking about some stuff and you want to bring it up, that's fine. I'll engage the conversation. It is what it is. I appreciate you guys, the new faces, the Speed Shifter and Sucker Free and all the other people, the new faces. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Of course, all my OGs, you know I appreciate y'all. It's all good. And I gotta go, man. But yeah, that boat party was fire. I look forward to the next event. You know, if it's up to me, if Myron and Fresh would listen to me, it would be 4 events a year. I would do 1 a quarter, but it takes a lot of work and it's a lot of investment and all that. Probably won't get to that point, but I hope we do. So that's it. That's all I got. Sucker Free is like, we may disagree, but shout out to you, bro. And I appreciate you, bro. This is why I like this technology. Shout out to you as well. We might disagree on that, but I bet you it's a lot of stuff we do agree on. I guarantee you we can carry the conversation somewhere else and there'll be a lot of stuff that we agree on. I don't agree with Myron and Fresh on 100% of stuff. I don't. We overlap a lot. And there's a lot of stuff like, Myron's politics. I'm like, bro, we sit down and talk all the time. I be beating my head against the wall. Like, what are you saying? You know what I mean? But still my homeboy, bro. And we can have discourse. You guys are welcome here. You know what I mean? Sucker Free, Speech. You guys are welcome here. Come through. It's all love, bro. You know what I mean? It's all love. And we could talk about the next event because there's another event coming. I guarantee you. Like whoever moves first is gay. Huh? I don't understand that part. Whoever moves first is gay. I don't understand that part. Maybe I missed something else. But yeah, bro. I enjoyed this conversation, man. I'm gonna holler at you. I really gotta go now. I'm DL Saint. This is the I Really Want to Know podcast, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.